citizens of Twitch, welcome back to IPL's very own Low Ink. You already know who it is, and if you don't, it's your boy Bash. Swimmer Sink, excuse me. Yeah, it's your boy Bash. I'm here with Yeet, and we've got the first round coming up. It's inkigo-Go's versus HELIX. What can you tell us about these squads?
I'm not exactly sure about a lot of the stuff that inkigo-Go's has, but I know that HELIX, I've played against them. They're definitely a very strong team. You have Chase that plays dualies a lot. Ladio's kind of a well-known T-Tech player, and everybody else there is also skilled as well. So I'm hoping to see a good match between the two.
So first map's going to be Manta Maria Clam Blitz.
Nope. Tower control Starfish. Right?
That's not the map list. Tower control on Starfish. Okay, I was. Yeah. So balanced map, balanced mode. What loadouts do you think we'll see?
I'm not exactly sure here. All I really know that could be coming out of the arsenal of HELIX's side, I would expect any kind of form of dualies, whether it be Dapples or Tetras from Chase, and maybe we'll get some Inkjet action coming out of Latios as well.
Looking forward to seeing it. So we are starting with the match right away. See what loadouts they come out with. Okay, we've got all sorts of range. We see a roller on one side, we see a charger on the other, flatling, a couple sloshers scattered here and there. So these are going to be some interesting engagements. All right, right now nobody's really making a move on the tower yet. They're just focusing on painting the surroundings around them.
Yeah, we're going to see two go down from HELIX already. inkigo-Go's are going to have this first push in their hands. We're going to see this Nautilus push up, use this Inkjet, and get a nice pick on that charger. Unfortunately, they have too many teammates down, just trying to hold this push together here. But we're going to see Carrot with the end zap, able to get down that Inkjet, and we're going to see HELIX start to push out for their first push of the game.
Yeah, they had the right idea. They took the tower, they used their specials, but their inability to win engagements early on meant that the push was doomed before it even started. Now HELIX is going to try to go for something, but inkigo-Go's keeps getting on the tower. They're just pushing him off, and now they finally get on the tower, and we'll see if they can't take the lead, which should be easy to do. Alas, they have lost the tower, and they're just trading the tower right now.
Yeah, nobody's had complete control over either of these sides here. Only really able to take mid, just kind of a back and forth game so far. I think this is going to be really close as we see two players on inkigo-Go's go down. But HELIX not really able to push up just yet until they get that pick there from Ethereal.
Yeah, they want to make sure they're safe. They don't want to make the same mistake that inkigo-Go's did at the beginning of the match. Right now they're popping armor. We see one of the players trying to push ahead to paint. They get taken out though, but it looks like there's a lot of yellow close to the center. Oh, but inkigo-Go's, their players are clapping back. They got the missiles on, and now they're going to try to scout forward. They're pushing the tower even further. Now they've got a more organized push. We'll see if they can't do anything with it.
Yeah, unfortunately going down to members of HELIX there. We got a Stingray coming out just trying to get those leftover stragglers out. We're going to just... Right now, we're about halfway through this match, and nobody's even touched that first checkpoint yet. We see this charger trying to push up here. But, you know, just all these flanks coming out from inkigo-Go's, you know, I think HELIX has to be a little bit more aware of that at times. You know, it's just trading and trading and trading. You know, one goes down to the next and just kind of... Nobody's really able to get that wipe. And I think that's exactly what this game is going to come down to.
Yeah, it really is going to come down to the engagement because we see slight pushes from both fields, but each team is just preventing the other from pushing a substantial amount. So as soon as one team is able to gain a significant amount of momentum and just wipe the other team or at least put a hurting on their numbers, that'll be the one to make the big push, and that looks like that's what Inkigo-Go's is trying to do, as they've been winning most of their engagements, and they've made it past the first checkpoint, whereas HELIX has only taken some of it, whittling their numbers down even further. HELIX is now going to surround the tower, but they're having a little bit of trouble stealing the deal and stopping the push.
Yeah, we see a vanilla slosher. Inkigo-Go's opt for that instead of maybe something like a soda slosher, which we see more often. You know, it kind of makes you think of, how certain weapon variants can still be as useful as their more played counterparts.
For sure.
Yeah, we're gonna
Right
see
now,
Eco take up this mid here, using the sloshes to their advantage, trying to keep members of the other team back. Trying to keep mid with a splash in here. Teammates are 2 down on their side. They're going to try to stay alive, but picked off by Spin here on the roller. And we're going to see Inkigo-Go's trying to extend their lead, try to get to that last checkpoint, and put this game out of reach for HELIX.
Yeah, I sort of understand why they used the armor and the splashdown. They wanted to paint mid, but perhaps they did so too early because they really didn't get too much done, because as soon as Inkigo-Go's intercepted them, they were just able to win the engagements and paint all the way back. So I feel like that was just specials wasted. Especially since Inkigo-Go's has a significant lead and there's only 20 seconds left. HELIX should be playing more aggressively.
Yeah, I think if you take a look at the comps here, we don't see a lot of painting weapons come out from Inkigo-Go's, and I think the key to success here for HELIX would have been to kind of take this paint, and we see Spin just trying to clean up here as this match ends and the first one goes to their team.
Yeah. Inkigo-Go's was a lot more focused on just rushing in, taking the tower, and just taking out anyone in their way, and that seemed to work for them. If HELIX tried to employ that same strategy or match that energy, or perhaps tried to play a little bit more defense, it probably would have swung more in their favor. Now we've got Rainmaker on Blackbelly Skate Park, and the way things are going, I think Inkigo-Go's will continue to maintain that momentum, mainly because they show that they were able to keep on that aggression, and HELIX didn't have much of an answer for it. But you never know. Anything can happen on this particular map mode combination, so we might see something from HELIX. I definitely expect that they'll be changing their loadout a little bit, because what they had didn't work that well, and it is a completely different mode.
Yeah, I would actually say the contrary to your opinion of Inkigo-Go's taking this game. I think Rainmaker is going to force HELIX to play more aggressive, and if Inkigo-Go's kind of go with that same comp of the roller, the tri-slosher, the vanilla slosher, and the Nautilus, they don't have a lot of paint here. I think the key to success here for HELIX again is taking this paint and playing more aggressive with it. I think they'll be able to kind of re-coordinate themselves on this one, and maybe come into that third game a little bit stronger.
We'll see. Yeah, that is the key to success. But we'll have to see if Inkigo-Go's has an answer for it. So they're maintaining a similarly aggro loadout. HELIX going on the aggressive as well, using a Jet Squelcher as their long-range weapon. Right now, they're just trying to pop the bubble. Going out with the Stingray right away, I'm not sure that I would have done that.
Oh,
I'm not exactly sure what that accomplishes.
They're able to get a full wipe on Inkigo-Go's, though. And we're going to see HELIX go for a very big push here at the beginning of the game. Only 30 seconds in, and we're already down into the 30s, into the 20s.
Yeah, they certainly are a lot more aggressive, and maybe they tripped up Inkigo-Go's a little bit. We're going to have to see how they respond. They're using that Poison Ink Cloud to defend the Rainmaker. Now they're going to pick it up. They just need to wait for an opening or try to make one themselves.
Yeah, we're going to see the Stingray, though, come out from the side of HELIX. A good job trying to stop it there in mid, which allows the rest of their team to paint up. And, looking at the comps coming from Inkigo-Go's again, they kind of need that paint to push up. And utilizing this junior here as Carrot, trying to maintain the paint in mid, but going down to the slosher. So we're going to see inkigo-Go start moving up here. One down on each side. It's going to come down to these individual picks. Spin holding the Rainmaker, trying to stay alive, but going down to that machine. Doing a good job of using that the ledges to their advantage.
Yeah, that second Stingray from HELIX was actually brilliant, and I like that a lot better than the first one. It was doing a really good job of defending the Rainmaker, and yeah, no. Now inkigo-Go's is being a little bit more aggressive, and they have put points on the board, but HELIX is making sure that they're not going to take it as easy as last time, if at all. We see it's extremely in HELIX's favor. It's 28-62. Anything can still happen, but if HELIX is able to just maintain their defense and just intercept inkigo-Go's at every corner, they should be able to take this. But of course, Blackbelly Skate Park, there are a lot of areas where teams can just sneak by with the Rainmaker. So if they do want to play defensively with just the extreme time that's left, they have to really be on it.
Yeah, Latios going for a stealthy camp there, getting that inkjet down before they were really able to do anything, kind of putting HELIX at the advantage here. A good job playing more defensive, understanding that you have a lead, that they will need to almost 100% of the time wipe you to get past. Seeing that you have all of these painting weapons, and I think opting for the Jet Squelcher here instead of the Charger is a good play as well. Able to get out more paint, more Stingrays, kind of keep inkigo-Go's in check, as we're going to see HELIX start to push up again.
And once again, the coordination of these specials, just shutting down that push from inkigo-Go's with the Stingray, then popping armor as they take the Rainmaker. And now they're trying to push forward, or maybe play keep away a little bit. What do you think they're going to try to do? Do you think they're going to try to plant it, or?
Yeah, I would try to put it in a spot that's more difficult for inkigo-Go's to kind of move up and take lead. And I think a good place to put that is right over here in your own half pipe. If you're able to get a Stingray out too, you can kind of put them in a really bad situation.
Yeah, they weren't quite able to stop inkigo-Go's from pushing, but they were at least able to stop the push. Now, inkigo-Go's is coming out with specials of their own. They got the missiles. They picked up the Maker again. They're going to try to put more points on the board. There's 1 minute left. Ooh, gets a splat with the Rainmaker. Just lob those giant exploding balls of paint forward until there's an opening. Got to be really careful, though, because Coco's getting peppered. Oh, but the inkjet on the part of inkigo-Go's has disconnected. So that's going to make things significantly more difficult for them. But still, anything can happen.
Yeah. Even though there is a DC in this match, inkigo-Go's are still going to try, and I respect that. I think inkigo-Go's could have had this match, but the way it was going, it just seemed like it wasn't going to go in their favor either way. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what their counter approach to what HELIX throwing out this match will be in match 3.
And that's it. Yeah, no, you hate to see those disconnections. I'm really hoping that whatever online upgrades are coming, they improve the experience significantly. Shoutouts to Windows 98. But
yeah, maybe they'll upgrade to Vista. You never know.
Yeah, but nah, like HELIX takes map 2. This Clam Blitz on Inkblot Art Academy is going to count towards the set. Winner takes all. But yeah, no, HELIX has come back. They've shown inkigo-Go's, yeah, we can play that game too. Yeah, you gotta actually work this time. But I don't know how aggro you want to go on Clam Blitz, because yeah, you want to make an opening, but it's more about coordinated pushes once you've got a power clam, good positioning, good spacing, good strategy just in general.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of special coordination as well. I'm expecting to see maybe some armor, maybe some booyah bombs. What do you think?
Yeah, we're gonna have to see special coordination come out of Helix here. We've seen Inkigogos go with weapons that kind of favor kind of like slopes and ledges and stuff. Using that roller in the first tower control starfish match, and they also had 2 buckets on their side as well. I know it's a very kind of easy thing to do, kind of camp the plat in the step. On either side, a good spot for making pushes, and you're going to have to, if you're Helix, you're going to have to get them down. You're going to have to push in as a coordinated unit instead of kind of flowing in yourself and just kind of expecting to win 1v1s here.
Indeed. Ooh, we've got a Hydra? Okay, yeah, actually, yeah, no, I think when it comes to backlining, especially with this mode, especially on this map, maybe Splatlings are the way to go because you want more concentrated fire and you want to be able to move a little bit. I could see a Charger coming out on Inkblot, but it would probably be on a mode like Tower Control. So yeah, I feel like Splatlings are the play. But the differences in the stats and the usability of these Splatlings, it's going to be interesting seeing them go up against one another. Right now, Helix has the lead when it comes to clams. I don't believe they formed a power clam yet, although they are close.
Yeah, I think adding on to what you're saying about going for this Hydra here, if you take a look at Inkigogo's comp, again, they're not going for a lot of paint, but they do have that ledge pressure that if you do go down and you're a member of Helix, it's going to suck to try to get back in. Inkigogos is going to make it very difficult because they have the roller, they have the bucket, they have 2 buckets actually, and they're going to make you pay for not watching out where you're going.
Alright, so Helix does have a power clam in play. They're just trying to wait for the right opening. Earlier we saw some of the players trying to scout ahead and make the base a little more green. It looks like we'll be seeing that a little more. Yeah, no, that Splatling is moving ahead to mid, but they've got to make sure that they have enough clearance to actually plant the power clam. They've popped armor. I'm not sure what that accomplishes at this range. Are they going to be able to super jump? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
They've got 2 power clams.
Inkigogos are doing a good job at trying to keep Helix back into mid, but we're actually going to see start of a push come out.
The Inkjet might start things. Have they... Ooh.
Yeah, it's getting close here. Kind of getting tripped up at this ledge.
Oh my god. Oh, they put one in. They put both in. Very well done. And that's... I mean... Yeah, nah, it's better than nothing. That's actually the best case scenario given that situation. They were put in a lot of pressure and planting both of those power clams. Very impressive. And now we're going to have to see how Inkigogos reacts to this. They've got the power clam from the barrier being back up. They've got another one from collecting clams. We'll need to see if they have a better job of scouting ahead and pushing ahead and making the most out of their barrier break than Helix has.
Yeah, I think this match is coming down to the pressure coming out from the Hydra, keeping Inkigogos back in mid, not allowing them to push up, but instead just kind of wait for Helix. And they haven't really been given any sort of opportunity so far in this 3-minute long match that we've been having to really push up and get a substantial amount of paint or just members down on the side of Helix. It just kind of feels like an upward battle for them.
And now each side has a power clam, and they're just waiting for the right opportunity to plant. Ooh, we see it. We see a jump. Are they going to plant it? There it is. Inkigogos puts their first points on the board.
Yeah, but at what cost, though? You had 3 members go down, and you're just giving Helix all the paint they need to get their own specials. Already racking up 30 clams, and I'm not even sure that they grabbed their pity clam yet. You know, getting so many members down here, we might see a huge push come out of Helix.
Yeah,
unfortunately, missing that clam.
Oh, they missed that. Yeah, that's not. But they're putting the smaller clams in. They might pick up the bigger clam short. Oh no, I suppose they already have. Oh no, is it
still there?
Play?
Yeah. The pity clam is still there.
But yeah, 1 minute, we've got 84 to 45. Inkigo-Go's can still make something happen, but now they're on the back burner.
Yeah, they've got to do it soon. The longer they wait, the more they're going to let HELIX kind of increase their lead. But getting their own lead here is Inkigo-Go's getting a full wipe onto HELIX with only 30 seconds left in this match, and this could be it if they get enough in.
And that's the knockout. Inkigo-Go's reminding HELIX, who came out with the aggro first, who was able to capitalize on those pushes better. And yeah, brilliant showing from both of them. HELIX did a good job of applying pressure during the middle of the match, especially with that Hydra, especially after they had planted their first power clams. But yeah, no, they weren't really able to do as good offensively as Inkigo-Go's was able to. Because once Inkigo-Go's had their power clams in play, they knew how to time their specials, they knew how to time their super jumps, and that just led to them racking up points, stacking them up like dollar bills.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for HELIX because they kind of thought that they had that match under wraps. Having control for over 4 minutes of that, just keeping that lead until the very end where they get wiped and kind of start staggering in, allowing Inkigo-Go's to take this match and the set. It's still a very close set. It was good showings from both sides, and I think they should be proud of what they did.
Indeed, indeed. I look forward to seeing more from them. Anyways, we're going to break for a little bit, but stay tuned. There's a lot more action coming up. We are back at SOS 17. We got Splat Force versus Eternal. I don't recognize any of these players. Do you recognize any of these players?
Yes, I do actually. I recognize Splat Force. I've been following them as a team for a little while now. Shoutouts to Avril. Although I know that she wants to play K-Charger, her team will not let her. Very, very good Charger player. Then we're gonna see kind of shine here on a map like Zone's Albacore. What do you think there?
Splat Zones on Albacore. Should be interesting. Irregular layout. Separated zones. Okay, we got a Charger. I wasn't expecting to see that. But actually, it might work out because of the sight lines and because of all of the gaps and the weird layout. That Charger could just perch somewhere and just take pot shots. Right now, that's what they're doing. They're mostly using it to paint, and they're avoiding the fizzy bombs as well. Can't quite get a shot off against any of their opponents, but they're doing their part to try to take the zone.
Yeah, we're gonna see Avril do a really good job here, getting one down with this Stingray, trying to help their team get control the zone here, getting a full wipe on Eternal here, and we're gonna see Splat Force start to push up, charge their specials, and see if they can lock Eternal out.
Right now, they're just pushing forward, trying to play a little bit of offensive defense, like I like to call it. And yeah, now the points are just whittling down. As long as they're able to keep the other team away from the zone, they should be in good shape. Oh, but someone snuck past. That Booyah Bomb, is that going to cap the zone? Not quite, but a couple well-placed shots might change that. Ooh, but Splat Force isn't exactly letting them do it, and that Ink Storm is adding fuel to them regaining the point.
Yeah, We see that a crucial Stingray come out at a very good time, partnering up with that Ink Storm, able to get one of them down, and we see Splat Force reclaim, unable to put a penalty on it as well as Eternal, as they're going to try to move out again, using armor and the heavy pushing up. We're going to see this Junior recap the zone, forcing Splat Force back.
Slapping a huge amount of penalty points on him for good measure. The Booyah Bomb pushing him back even further, but the scope gets someone at close range. Going to try to go for another pick. Can't quite get it off. But they've got a Stingray on deck. They've just got to wait for the right moment to pop it. Can't wait too long, though, because the points are whittling down for Eternal, and if Splat Force is too lazy, they might just retake the lead.
Yeah, Splat Force getting 2 down on Eternal, though. Able to reclaim this zone before they can get lead. Splat Force has to kind of move up a little bit more, I think. They're kind of letting Eternal come back a little bit too far, as we see an armor pop out from that Junior. Gonna see this machine use height to their advantage, although there's 2 down there at the disadvantage here. Is going to move back close to where their teammates are going down, but getting a pick on that ends up. As the only one left here is this Kensa machine, and Splat Force is going to get rid of that penalty and start chipping down even more. Eternal has to move in now.
Indeed. And yeah, no, just 10 left. Long as Splat Force just keeps painting the zone. Ooh, the Booyah Bomb. One of them couldn't avoid it, but is it going to be enough? I don't think it is going to be. Even with that Splatling raining fire, they just narrowly dodged Splatling shots and just paint the zone enough to get a knockout.
Yeah.
It was pretty back and forth, but I feel like Splat Force did a significantly better job at just coordinating specials and just pushing back the other team as soon as they got the zone. What do you think made the difference?
What I think made the difference is using their range to their advantage. I believe that they were using a K-Pro and a CDS, as well as using that NZAP for the movement speed over the grates. Able to push into Eternal's kind of a territory on their side, forcing them back, and again, that Ink Storm and Stingray combo able to stop that original push back in from Eternal, and able to chip down their lead even more, getting it really close, and then just being able to kind of win those zone fights, just to get control over that mid end.
Yeah, having the scope was pretty helpful too. New Hamilton Hotel is just a map that really is having range in general, so it was good on them to use that comp and make it work. But now we've got tower control on Anchovy Games. This is another map mode combo that rewards range, but also maneuverability. So you're gonna want a little bit more of a balance. So I maybe see Splat Force tweaking their comp slightly, but not too much.
Yeah, if it were me, I would go in favor of an Inkjet. An Inkjet here is really helpful, especially when you get up to that second checkpoint, as we do see an Inkjet coming out from Splat Force here in the form of that L3.
So right away they're just charging ahead.
Yeah,
we see a Junior coming out for Eternal as well. That armor's gonna be real helpful.
Yeah, Heavy getting a little aggressive there.
Splat Force coming in already, making a statement, putting an exclamation mark on the topic sentence, as I'd probably say. But Eternal's clapping right back. And now they're having a conversation. It's more of a heated argument, almost like a debate, and they're raising their voices. Right now, Eternal has got some members sneaking up, trying to pave the way over on the spawn of Splat Force, painting it pink. But we got someone sneaking up from behind. Oh no, that was the splatter scope, making a FaZe Clan type shot right there, dodging the Booyah Bomb. But Eternal has dragged the tower out a considerable distance. That Inkjet's still cleaning house, combined with the armor. The members of Eternal have to be sent packing right now, but still respectable push.
Yeah, I think again, I think we have to highlight that that shot there by Avril, using a lot of good game knowledge to know that they can kind of peek from behind that snipe, able to get a really crucial pick and stop that push from Eternal. We don't know how far that would have gone, maybe if things went differently there, but we are
Yeah,
going to see Eternal start pushing back.
that snipe was definitely the catalyst. We'll have to see if that sniper can pull it off again, because Eternal is pushing again, as you said. They've got the Booyah Bomb on deck, going to try to use it to counter snipe. I'm not quite sure if it hit, but coming out with the armor right away, right after. Going to try to sneak past, going to try to harass the Inkjet a little bit. Going to move around, dodge the shots, scramble a little bit. Are they going to take it out? Oh, they take someone out at least. They're clearing the. Oh my goodness, that scope still putting some trouble on for Eternal. Gonna try to push him back a little further with the Stingray. We're not sure if any Eternal members are still left on top, but that looks like the end of the push for now. But still, 26-89. Splat Force has to actually push forward because they can't keep that up forever.
Yeah, Eternal doing a good job stopping that brief push coming from Splat Force. And I think if you're Splat Force here, you're going to want to stop pushing this tower until you can get a pick just like that. Avril getting a pick there on the other sniper, or on the other backline, excuse me. And we're going to see 2 down on the side of Eternal here as they're pushing to that first checkpoint.
Yep, good on them for reaching the first checkpoint. Oh, but the Stingray comes out from the side of Eternal now, and that's gonna send them scrambling. And yeah, not even with the armor, they're being separated. But oh no, they're winning some engagements, and we've still got a member of Splat Force on top, winning a lot of engagements, getting a dime off the Inkjet. Gonna try to push ahead, stop any snipers, but at least they're painting a lot of green. Oh, but the Stingray comes out right out, and a Booyah Bomb. Splat Force is just not giving Eternal any room to breathe, just sucking up all the air and leaving them with a vacuum, frankly. But Eternal is pushing back a little bit, but we still got that backliner out making work and freeing up the spawn. How much further do you think Splat Force could push this?
I think Splat Force with another good push might be able to knock this out, but just seeing how close this is, they're not separated by anything other than just getting to that third checkpoint. You know, if Eternal is able to get a good push out, they could even take this match too. It's just going to come down to can Splat Force defend, or can Eternal kind of make sure that they can be more aggressive, get those picks that they need here. Getting 2 down, but the Stingray trying to stop them.
Yeah, because Eternal has been doing really good with their pushes, even without the brilliant special play that Splat Force has been putting on. If they can sort of choke Splat Force with specials, like they've been having done to them, they can definitely take the lead. Wait,
yeah, unfortunate DC there coming from that L3, and Eternal might have a chance to get this one back. Splat Force trying to do everything that they can to maybe stop this final push coming out from Eternal. Doing a good job getting that person down on tower. And Splat Force is able to take it, even though they had that DC there at the end.
Yep. Way to seal the deal. Even with that disconnect being a factor. We still got another map coming up, though. It is play all 3, so we'll see if Eternal can come out with anything. This one was a lot more close. I think what gave Splat Force the edge was just, again, their brilliant ability to coordinate specials, plus those nice shots from the splatter scope.
Yeah, on that big push that Splat Force had that eventually was that game-winning push, they kind of forced Eternal into a state of panic almost. They saw them kind of feed in before they eventually took lead, and then stopped Splat Force before they could get past that last checkpoint.
Yeah, Rainmaker on Mana Maria is going to be interesting with these teams, because they're both having a style of play that focuses on putting on pressure after they've maintained control of an area. Having to keep pushing forward, it's going to be interesting to see. Do you think they'll be able? I'm not sure if they'll be able to get it done with the current weapon setups they have. So I'm expecting a couple tweaks in their compositions. What do you want to see?
What I want to see? I'm not exactly sure here, but I know Rainmaker Manta can be a very fast-paced and snowbally kind of map mode combo. Might not work out super well for the backlines here. Maybe if they can play a little bit more aggressive than they had the past 2 matches, they can make it work, or maybe if they can flex to something else. I think it's going to come down to those big pushes, even if it's just kind of one of those cheesy pushes where you're just grabbing it and going right behind their backs. It's going to come down to something of that sort. It's not going to be like a very far away or like a 30-30 match. It's going to be like a 5-3 or even a knockout or something like that.
Maybe. Yeah, it also depends on whether or not these teams can sneak by, because they both have sort of showed that they like to grind, they like to push forward. They're just teams that just like to keep chugging forward. But you never know, someone might come around the flank and surprise us a little bit. Already the bubbles popped, and we see both teams trying to paint the area. Splat Force is doing a slightly better job at it. And, they're trying to sneak forward as well. They take the Rainmaker, and they're, very well done indeed, but that push is going to be ended almost immediately.
Ooh, good bomb pick there by Parias. Seeing that machine pushed out in front of the bubble there, throwing the bomb at it, able to pick them off, which is some pretty good game knowledge here. Parias who got another one down a little bit earlier too. Splat Force is going to be looking to push this again, using missiles here, trying to back them up, and we might see another push come out from Splat Force, instead taking it left, which is a little bit unorthodox, but
yeah, you don't want to go to
unexpected. Yeah.
Oh, but looks like Eternal was expecting that as well. When are they going to push that?
Yeah. They're doing a good job at pushing up ahead, but you don't know if there's anybody kind of waiting for you in mid. We saw a Stingray kind of come out from Splat Force, able to get one down. A splashdown jump, not able to get anyone, being the last one there. Going down, though, to that Octo shot. And Splat Force, again, is going to push up.
Yeah, that was
Eternal got that lead. I think Splat Force is going to be able to get this one back.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. They're doing a lot better of a job at timing their specials. Yeah, they have taken lead, and they still have control of the Rainmaker. Everyone's huddled together. They're pushing slowly but surely, painting all that green, taking at all the members up until, they've got to, they could only do so much. Everyone else was spawning in, and they were losing their team members. But still, they took the lead in 49-48. It's still very close. It's still anyone's game. It really comes down to who can get a wipe and who can make the most out of said wipe.
Yeah, we see Eternal opt for their specials already. Trying to get this Rainmaker into the street of Splat Force. See this Heavy getting very aggressive, but the missile is going to take them out. Although Eternal does get lead yet again, we're seeing this K-Pro kind of shark in and take the Rainmaker, try to extend their lead even further, but not going too far, getting stopped by Todd.
They're really going back and forth with the lead, trading like the NASDAQ. Shout out to GameStop. But, it looks like Splat Force is going to try to get that lead back, try to keep that routine going, but hopefully this time stick with the lead after they've received it. But Eternal spreading out, they're getting all of their shots in the right place, making it very difficult for the members of Splat Force. even with that Inkjet coming out and just going to town, Eternal's doing a really good job at dodging and just putting shots on in a way that Splat Force can't dodge back. So, yeah,
Yeah, it
no,
just
they've got
seems
an
like
uphill battle.
it just seems like Splatforce isn't really able to do everything that they want to. Eternal's just kind of there to stop them before they can get too close most of the time. And even when Splatforce did take lead, Eternal just took it right back. You know, what Splatforce needs here, they need to get a wipe. Uh, kind of have to use Eternal kind of rushing into your advantage. Needing to get uh, just all the picks that they can here as we see these bubbles come out. Although getting chipped, not able to get anybody down. So we're going to see the Rainmaker looking to be reset by Eternal.
They could also, of course, employ the tried and true strategy of just charging up all their specials and then just unleashing it on the other team, but they don't want to wait too long to get everyone's specials ready because Eternal might just push the Rainmaker more and extend their lead further. 20 seconds left. Splat Force has to make something happen.
Yeah, we're going to see this machine try to take up paint on this left side, forcing Splat Force to kind of move in at a disadvantage, getting a pick there. And this machine doing a good job at keeping mid, although it's only going to be 1 second left, and Splat Force is not able to grab the Rainmaker in time, unfortunately.
Eternal gets their consolation map. Very well done to them. But very well done to Splat Force for taking the set. Maybe, I don't want to say they were hanging back because they won those previous matches, but yeah, no, Eternal really gave them a run for their money right at that last moment. Um, Overall, I think, yeah, nah, just the little things like being able to coordinate their specials count a whole lot in the long term throughout sets or maybe even throughout tournaments. Hopefully, Eternal is able to work on that more, but they do have really solid fundamentals, so I'll give them that.
Yeah, and it's not like these matches were one-sided either. That
close.
tower control on Ancha was extremely close as well. Again, it's just coming down to those big pushes on these maps. I feel like these matches could have gone either way.
Yeah, and yeah, no, very well done to both teams. Definitely wasn't one team absolutely destroying the other, so really good job. We're going to take another break after that intense set, but keep it tuned. There is even more action coming up. We are back. It is round 3. We've got Fantasy versus Cataclysm, and first map will be Clam. Say again?
They're already starting, I think.
They're already starting. Clam Blitz on Snapper Canal. We joined this match not quite in progress, but we already see the comps. They're coming out with 2 Nautiluses. That's going to be fun. So right now they're just picking up clams. Those Splatlings are going to be really good for just raining down fire when the other teams are just picking up the clams due to the irregular setups and elevations of the map. Long as you have good aim and just win your engagements, this should be a good match for you.
Yeah, I think the real question here though is what is the plural of Nautilus? Do you think it's Nautilus or do you think it's Nautiluses? Or Nautilus?
I don't know about like US endings. I know IS would be like ES would be the plural, but I don't know about Nautilus. We could call them
Nautili?
with the Nautili, yeah. That could work.
Huh. Yeah,
no, because we say octopi. Yeah, no, yeah, Nautili.
Yeah,
But anyway,
Nautili.
the barrier's broken. Excuse us for our digressions, but it looks like Cataclysm has developed the advantage right away as they're picking up clams. Fantasy has no clams, and in fact, they're being pushed back. They're in a really dangerous position right now. They're starting to regain momentum, but ooh boy, you really do not want your points to be whittled down that much. And they're still throwing clams. Violet has snuck by, picking up another. Gonna dodge it out. Gonna get that pick, but they're too far to put more clams in. But still, 44 off the initial push right away. Cataclysm is showing that they are here and they are not messing around.
Yeah, going down though to this Nautilus here, as we're gonna see Fantasy try to reclaim control of this mid end, using armor, having an inkjet at the ready, trying to collect as many clams as they can. They're going to need a push that could be provided by this Nautilus getting 2 down on Cataclysm. We're gonna see this barrier break again for Fantasy this time.
And let's see what kind of push they can come out with, because they've got a decent amount of clams, but Cataclysm is coming out with all the pressure. They gotta be careful. Yeah, no, I don't know if they're gonna put in many more. Yeah, no, 74 is all they can manage, and now Cataclysm's got a pity clam, and they might be close to having map control. It really depends. They've got the armor. They're painting more. They've got 20 clams to Fantasy's 9.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see another push come out of the side of Cataclysm here, but
they gotta watch out for Stingray.
But Bandit looking to try to stop that with that Stingray, unable to get anyone down, and we're gonna see pressure come out from these missiles on the side of Cataclysm, holding 2 power clams already, having 1 down on the side of Fantasy, moving up, 2 down again, and we're gonna see another barrier break come out of Cataclysm. Getting it down to 32 now, using this bomb rush to try to get as many down, but leaving only the Junior left, holding that last power clam, moving back,
they're gonna
trying to do everything they can to stay alive.
Yeah, they're not going to rush into it. They want to stay alive, but still, just both of those power clams in rapid succession. Cataclysm is showing that they know how to choose their moments. They know when to rush in and plant. They still got that pity clam out there in no hurry to pick it up. Ooh, acceptance. Yeah, no, knowing they were gonna get got by that Stingray, so just throwing the clam out. They want to pick it up though, but it doesn't look like they're gonna be able to.
Yeah, this game is already within reach for Cataclysm though, only needing 2 power clams and 2 normal sized clams to get a knockout, but opting to play defense, I believe now, letting Fantasy kind of come in and picking them off when they don't have that paint advantage.
I think they're just taking their time. Like, they want to keep a clear head, and they don't want to rush into things, because if they overextend, like, if a huge number of the team members overextend, then that'll mean, like, a near wipe or even a full wipe, depending on where all of Fantasy's players are, and they could just turn the tide almost immediately.
Yeah, you don't want to give them too much room to work with.
Yep, 1 inch at a time. And yeah, no, it looks like they're losing their power clams, which is unfortunate for them. But they are winning engagements. They are playing defensively. They're doing a good job at dodging the stingrays. Oh, and they do have another power clam in play, so that's good for them. But yeah, Fantasy, 10 seconds left on the clock. They really could just play defensively. Just stop Fantasy from like even thinking about scoring, and they've got the dub.
Yeah, Violet's been doing a very good job maintaining pressure on the hills, winning 1v1s, and using missiles at very good times
Extremely.
to push back Fantasy, stopping them from pushes, and we're going to see 3 go down, and it's almost looking like this match is going to Cataclysm now.
Yep, there it is. So it really just came down to choosing your moment and coordinating with your team to ensure the maximum effectiveness of those pushes. Every time Cataclysm pushed, they pushed with purpose, they pushed with an idea in their mind, and that just allowed them to put so many points on the board in so little time and just making Fantasy sweat all the way back.
Yeah. Next up, we have Zones on Piranha Pit. Or, yeah. Is it Zones on Piranha Pit?
It is
the last
Zones,
one.
indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, Zones is going to be fun because usually I associate this map with Clan Blitz, but Zones is pretty crazy here too because you've got the ramps, you've got the zones in the center, and just all the surrounding area. And it's just this really tight king of the hill map with just all sorts of like areas of verticality where you can do all sorts of funny stuff. So, map control isn't necessarily the aim of the game with this map mode combo, but map vision really is, because you really want to know everything that's going on close to the zone, and you want to make sure that you have every vantage point on lock. I'm not sure we're going to see very many long range specials, but we are going to see armor for sure. Maybe some Booyah bombs. Maybe missiles? I don't know.
Yeah,
Not sure about stingrays. That's the one I'm not sure.
with the dual zone here, I think it makes it a little bit less effective to run a Booyah Bomb unless the other team has some sort of bomb rush or something like that.
Yeah,
but
bomb rush would be better.
I still think Booyah is very effective at what it does, just kind of nullifying the effects of everything else around it.
Yeah, the Booyah bomb is going to do a really good job at just area denial. And hold on a second, I'm experiencing some technical difficulties on my end, so I'm gonna. Yeah, no, we're back in business. Thankfully, we didn't miss anything. But now the match is beginning. We've got 2 Splatlings on the side of. Which team is that?
That is Cataclysm.
Okay, so
Is that a vanilla Splatling too? Vanilla heavy?
I think. But yeah, no, they're going out with the big guns right away. So I guess their strategy is just to plant and then run sentry. And I'm not sure how that's going to work out because Fantasy does have a pretty mobile composition. Like the one weapon that I like, they've got a roller, but like also a charger. But they have also got 2 pretty fast shooters. So the charger could really harass those Splatlings, and then the roller could just maintain the area of the zones while those shooters just go to work slaying.
Yeah, unfortunately, unable to get that inkjet, but does go down to a bomb. And we're going to see Cataclysm cap this zone. But a nice shot by that charger, able to get that inkjet down before they could do too much damage. Hoping to give their team a little bit of an advantage here. Painting up this zone, trying to cap it. And then we're seeing all these specials come out from the side of Fantasy. But Cataclysm throws out their own sting right here, trying to get someone down. but with the help of this ink armor, they're able to survive it. It's a full-blown battle for mid here now. We're seeing Bandit trying to recap that zone over there, trying to get rid of, or trying to add on a penalty onto Cataclysm. Unable to do so, going down to a very nice inkjet shot here from that Nautilus.
Yeah.
And now we're just seeing all of this commotion in mid here.
I really thought Fantasy was going to take that other zone, but as soon as I saw that inkjet coming out from the side of Cataclysm, it was just like, nah, this is ours. Yeah, no, I don't really think Fantasy is going to be planting their feet anytime soon, which is unfortunate because I really would have wanted to see just the strategy of that composition in action because it sounds pretty cool. But right now, I mean, Fantasy's finding their footing right now, but Cataclysm has mostly just been going in, cleaning house, and then just pushing Fantasy even further back. Time will tell if Fantasy is going to be able to maintain this push and take the lead, but one way or another, Cataclysm's going to come back with a vengeance.
Yeah, we are seeing Fantasy take this lead, though. Fantasy doing a good job at trying to keep Cataclysm out, and I think with that Carbon Roller, makes it especially dangerous for Cataclysm to come back in. Without specials just like this, we're going to see 2 Inkjets come out and an armor to support, getting 2 down on the side of Fantasy, and it's looking like they're going to recap and get control of these zones.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, it looks like Cataclysm was able to recap very briefly, slapping a heavy amount of penalty points on to Fantasy, but yeah, no, it still looks like Fantasy is not moving anytime soon. They can dodge that Stingray, but yeah, no. Cataclysm's going to have to go in a lot closer, and I'm not sure they're in a position to do so with their weapons, but they could surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Cataclysm lock out Fantasy already this match, but we've seen the other where we've seen Fantasy lock out Cataclysm too. It's just going to come down to all of these picks in the giant battle for mid here. The double inkjet strategy here by Cataclysm is really smart. Trying to get to the skies, taking advantage of the lack of range that Fantasy has with that Carbon Roller. Although the K-Shot can take them down, the double inkjet and the armor is just such a good strategy for here. So we're able to see Violet move up, try to put a lot of pressure, and Cataclysm getting all closer to that lead. Unfortunately, the zone does get compromised here, and they're going to slap a penalty onto them.
I like Bandit's confidence. They were trying to shoot those inkjets out of the sky, but either way, yeah, no, Fantasy is still in control. Cataclysm had their moments, but yeah, no, when Fantasy has been able to plant their feet, they've been a really good job of maintaining their momentum, especially with that scope in play. So yeah, no, I was actually kind of surprised. I was expecting Cataclysm Splatlinks to get to work just surveying the area and stopping every possible push, but Fantasy, with their fast loadouts, they were able to just overwhelm Cataclysm, take control of the zones, let the roller and the shooters keep that all painted, and then let the charger just do what the Splatlings on the side of Cataclysm were supposed to do.
Yeah, although we did see that the heavy Splatling come out from Cataclysm, I thought that maybe, like we were talking about earlier, maybe opting for that Booyah Bomb would have made it easier to recap the zones in mid. We see the double bomb rush of, I believe, the suction bomb launcher coming from the charger and the auto bomb coming from that carbon. Maybe that Booyah Bomb could have helped them keep zones at one point. Maybe we could have seen a different outcome to this match.
Perhaps. But anyways, map 3, tower control, Sturgeon Shipyard. Honestly, with the Stingrays coming out, I wouldn't mind seeing the same comps, and it looks like we are getting the same comp on the side of Fantasy or something similar, and then Cataclysm's changed it up a bit, going for 3 shooters. They're wanting a little bit more speed on their side, which I get. This is one of those types of maps where, yeah, you've got the sight lines, but if you know where to sneak around, you can definitely cause a lot of damage with a short-range weapon.
Yeah, this map especially too. I believe it to be one of those kind of snowbally maps where if you can get a full wipe, you can get really far with one push. Violet hoping to stop this push coming out from Fantasy already. So they go down to that carbon roller, and Fantasy looking to get past, or excuse me, Cataclysm looking to get past that first one, getting denied though by the carbon.
Yeah, but they've still put 60 points on the board. Good for them. Right now, yeah, no, Fantasy's going to push now, and they're approaching that first checkpoint, but they are stopped just short. Yeah, no, it really looks like it's going to come down to engagements in this case. Both squads are just trying to get the advantage over the other and just a clear path. And it looks like Fantasy's taking the lead along with that first checkpoint, that bomb rush on the side of Bandit. Absolutely scrambling Cataclysm. And they're already at checkpoint 2, protected by that Ink Storm.
Yeah, we're already seeing it start to snowball, getting 3 down on Cataclysm, and it's looking like Fantasy is going to take this match already.
Yeah, it was
Cataclysm.
less one big wipe followed by one big push, more just continuous laying the hammer down on the members of Cataclysm. And I mean, either when works, but yeah, no, like strategies are a little different, but the outcomes and the energy are the same, and that's allowed Fantasy to just take the momentum back from Cataclysm's first map win and take the set 2-1.
Yeah, Fantasy kind of adjusting their strategy from that Clan Blitz Snapper Canal match we saw at the beginning of this set, pulling off a reverse sweep here, doing a very good job on Zone's Piranha Pit, and especially that last match putting an exclamation mark at the end of the set. Yep. Alright, as you may or may not know, I am part of the SAC crew, but I'm here to tell you today that Tournament 3 you're in is going to be on Saturday, February 13th, 10 days from now, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. EU friendly. We're hoping to see a lot of teams come on down with a very nice name for this tournament. Actually, you might it's kind of odd, you know, but you'll put together the pieces eventually. I'm sorry. You can find us on Twitter at Splatoon AC for more information as well. You have our Discord, and if you want to look over some of the past tournaments as well, you can go to twitch.tv/SplatoonAC.
Yes, shout out to the Splatoon amateur circuit. They run fantastic events. I've seen some of them myself. And yeah, Saturday the 13th, you can definitely expect to see a lot of good action from some of the low to mid-level teams. Anyways, we're going to go to another quick break, but keep it tight. The action is only getting started, as after this, we're moving on the bracket. We are back. It is round 1 of the bracket stage. Tell us who we're watching.
Wait. I have to go back and look. We're watching Midnight, and I think it's a pickup called Welcome to Good Burger. So, interesting name, I guess, from that group of people. Although we do know Midnight a little bit well or medium well. As we do know, I know at least, Tenta, very strong backline player for that team. I believe if they already started right now, they would be playing zones on Skipper.
Yep. So we joining this match in progress?
I don't think so. No. No. But we were talking in between this break about Skipper Pavilion, actually. One of the more strange maps in this game.
Yep. Definitely a fun one. Definitely got a funny layout, and Splat zones is an absolute riot because there are 3 different ways that the enemy can come out at you when you've got the zone. So you're definitely going to want specials that cover a lot of ground.
Now here they are.
We're about to get started. We got Midnight on one side, and on the other side, we've got Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger, cannot take your order. And right away, they're painting. Looks like on the Midnight side, we've got half shooters, half sloshers, which is reasonable. And then we've got a more varied comp on Welcome to Good Burger. Looks like they're trying to cover all sorts of ranges, which is useful in a map like Zones. You've got one person covering the zone, one person keeping Overwatch, one person just trying to harass the enemy at their spawn, which is what I'm guessing the dualies is there for. And then, maybe 2 people defending the zone, because I feel like that's pretty appropriate for medium range shooters. But Midnight is starting to clap back. We've got the Inkjet in play. Can't quite paint the zone, though.
Yeah, unfortunate there. They do get a nice kill off of that drop roll there. Able to get one down with that burst bomb combo. And now we're going to see Midnight get control of this zone. We do have this machine trying everything they can to get more people down, getting one there. And I think we are going to see a recap here by Good Burger.
Yep. They're just whittling down the penalty points. And yeah, the ballers coming in, about to try to ruin someone's day. Not sure what they're able to do. Dem dudes pulling out the booyah. It looks like Welcome to Good Burgers feeling pretty good about themselves. Taking Midnight straight to the drive-thru. No tip. But now they're popping up the armor. And them dudes might have overextended a little bit. As Brandon claps back with the Inkjet, slapping a couple more penalty points on, but Welcome to Good Burger is just maintaining that momentum.
Yeah, this L3's got to kind of move up, needs to get these picks, but goes down to that machine, doing a good job at throwing out those sloshes and backing up before they could get hit. Able to get another one down, and there goes that bomb rush for Midnight. And getting closer to getting rid of that penalty now is Good Burger. We're going to see this machine just keep control of this mid part, making sure that Midnight isn't able to push up like they want to. One going down though, and it looks like this first game is going to go to them.
Yep, the Inkjet couldn't disrupt the zone cap that time, and Welcome to Good Burger gets the knockout by a pretty sizable margin. Looks like they must have had some bad secret sauce before they started playing that match. But just the combination of the ranges combined with their ability to use specials, combined with the ability to counteract the specials being employed by Midnight, And yeah, no, that all just sealed the deal. Just really competent play throughout. I'm sure Midnight can clap back though. They had some moments of greatness. That Inkjet disrupting the zone a couple times, and then them taking the zone. But now we've got tower control on the reef, so maybe they'll do a little bit of a better job there.
Yeah, maybe. I think Midnight needs to kind of coordinate themselves a little bit more for this second match here. This is a best of 5 set, so they're going to need 3 more to try to come back. I think we're gonna have a fun time here, though. We've already made a lot of fast food puns, and I think there's more to come.
Indeed. Yeah, we'll see if Good Burger can deliver the tower to the side of Midnight. Shout out to DoorDash. But we'll just have to wait and see. We're just waiting for the teams to come out with their comps.
Yeah. Tower control reef, I think we're going to see that sloshing machine again. And maybe a different approach from Midnight to try to take that out. It's not a super good map for... well, actually, you know, I can't really say that. Because Stingray does have an effect here, but if the opposing team can kind of use an Inkjet, they can get a Stingray down pretty fast. So let's see what these teams go for.
Okay. So it looks like... Can't really judge from the colors. It looks like Welcome to Good Burger is being a little faster with their lineups. 2 shooters, the dualies, but now switching out the Charger for a Luda Blaster. And now Midnight is varying their range a little bit more. Probably appropriate given Charger's effectiveness on tower control, combined with a Stingray, if there is one in play on the side of Midnight. I can't tell if the standard Charger or not.
Yeah, there's a really interesting comp coming out here, going for this kind of short range, but I think if Midnight can utilize the short range to their own advantage, maintaining a strong front line especially would help out with that. But first they're going to need to stop this push before they can do anything else. Midnight down 2, down 3 already, and Good Burger trying to go through that drive-through, making sure that this is as fast as their food cooks.
Yeah, shout-outs to the Dualies player going, "Can I take your order?" to every single player on the side at Midnight, secret saucing on them quite a bit. And they're already past checkpoint 3. They might be getting the KO again. Oh my goodness, He's a Dude is just ripping everybody apart. And, they stopped? Oh no, but that's the knockout. That is the knockout. Successful delivery. Better tip your driver. Better rate him 5 stars. Because that wasn't 30 minutes or less. That was more like 30 seconds or less, I'm gonna say. Now we're making pizza puns.
Felt like it. Very fast match there with a fast-paced comp. Midnight not really able to put their foot down and kind of defend like they'd hoped, and they kind of had their backs against the wall here, going into Clam Blitz at Mako Mart.
Yeah, I mean, usually they get their ingredients shipped from Fisco or some other wholesale grocery seller or like Restaurant Depot, but it looks like Welcome to Good Burger is actually coming into the supermarket like the rest of us. But Clam Blitz on Mako Mart, a little bit of elevation, but mostly still pretty low. Decent amount of flat ground. I feel like Welcome to Good Burger could field that Charger again if they want to, but if they want to maintain their aggression, I don't see them changing their lineup that way either. What do you think Midnight might do?
I feel like Midnight's kind of has to adapt to it. I think maybe if they can kind of ditching a backline here, especially if we're going to see a Luna Blast or something of that sort come out from the other side, You can't really have that backline kind of holding your speed back. But again, backlines do have their own pros and cons. Able to outrange the other team is something that they're going to want, but not able to keep up with that fast pace that we're seeing from Good Burger here.
All right, so it looks like Welcome to Good Burger is sticking with their run and gun type loadout, and Midnight's bringing out a bucket, and then some shooters, and then wait, no, he's not. Oh, okay, so Midnight's gonna try to keep some sort of overwatch, and already that ballpoint's going to work, but they got to make sure they're pushing as well because they have no clams. Welcome to Good Burger's already got 12. They're about to serve up some seafood right about now.
Yeah, adding it to their own new menu here, actually. We're going to see Midnight try to respond to this. Throwing out that Ink Storm here is this ballpoint. Pushing up, and the last one left is that Junior. And Midnight does not have the clams to push in just yet. And they're going to have to stop Good Burger before they're able to push in.
Oh, no, but they might push right now. Oh, just before they could throw that power clam in. He's a dude just rolls up on him.
Yeah, a lot of aggression here coming out from these Dapple Doolies. Breaking the barrier, throwing in that Ink Storm, partnered with that Ink Jet. All of that chip damage, and we're going to see this this number start going down.
Yeah, I thought someone was gonna. Oh no, they did super jump and they did plant, and they're throwing in more clams. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of score. 29 already. Oh man, and Midnight's clapping back, but oh no, Welcome to Good Burger still throwing in clams, scattering clams, just dodging all the different shots. Ballpoint Splatling shuts it down at just the right moment, but 100 to 11 already. I don't remember seeing any seafood in Good Burger, but it looks like we get in the next generation of Filet-O-Fish with extra crunch right here.
Yeah, this ballpoint doing everything that they can to back up, and you see all of the aggression, all of the pressure put on by the other side, breaking the barrier yet again, trying to get that penalty down, and we just see a Junior go all the way up into Midnight's base, which is a little bit unorthodox, but so is their comp. I mean, Midnight has to really just regroup. They need these picks. They need to stop the other team before it's too late.
Yeah. They're starting to pick up more clams. Looks like they have the clam advantage now, and they have the pity clam, which the ballpoint picks up, which is interesting. They're throwing down the Ink Storm. It looks like they're about to start going for a push, but they're hesitating a little bit.
Yeah, they're just not able to get those 1v1 picks, and it's just they're suffering wholly from it. You know, just all of the again, I can't reiterate enough just the pressure that's being put onto this ballpoint. Even though they have the double armor with the Inkjet, you're still seeing them go down, and this Luna Blaster pushing up with that baller, giving a jump to their teammate, breaking the barrier again, and just pushing down that penalty even further, all the way down to 8, and we might have so close.
Just one more, and that would have been it. Either way, I don't know how many penalty points are going to be put up after this. It can't be too many. Literally one power clam on the side of Welcome to Good Burger will win the match, and we'll get a 30, and it'll be a triple knockout from this pickup with a very comedic name.
Yeah, Midnight trying everything that they can here, but just you have to understand the severity of the situation for them. You know, it's just one break and you're toast. You know, we see this T-Tech out here, and there's the break.
There it is.
And Good Burger
there it is.
asking if you want your change and the receipt.
This Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Man, oh man, oh man. These dudes just walked all over Midnight. We starting to see the sun rise, more like whoo, just overwhelming offense. Like actually, in this case of Clam Blitz, I mean, I feel like Midnight was able to gather clams closer to the end of the match, but they really weren't able to put those power clams anywhere. They just, I mean, I'm not sure if it was because of their comps or how they handled the power clam, like having the ballpoint pick it up. I wasn't sure about that. They just weren't really able to go on the offensive as effectively as Welcome to Good Burger was.
Yeah, just with everything that, all the tools that Good Burger had, you know, we just saw Midnight kind of get thrown into the deep fryer these few matches. Just getting a nice clean sweep there, and just maybe we'll see more from them later on in this tournament.
Perhaps. But now we're gonna go on break and we are going to switch casters. Thanks so much for having us on. I've been Bash Dash.
And I've been Yeet.
And we'll catch you later.
And a pleasant good evening to all of you, coming to you live from the underground depths of the Inkling Performance Laboratory in an unknown part of the world. It is Mazer Stu, the announcer, coming to you live for this 17th edition of Swim or Sink, presented to you right here on twitch.tv/IPL Splatoon. Joined here by the one, the only Chara, a very high-quality player here. Joining us is going to give us some top-shelf insight to go along with it, and pick up TBH. That is quite the roster, Chara. Players that you have had to duel with on many an occasion. We'll have to see how they stand under the chill of the Arctic Moon.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for this one. We've had to run into Arctic Moon twice recently in tournament, so I'm very familiar with them, but pick up TBH is just a bunch of players I've heard of being underrated all playing together, so I'm really curious to see how this will go. This is a super hype set.
Folks, Pickup TBH did not win that set 3-0. Perhaps there we go. Just a sign of things to come, perhaps. I don't know. That is ominous to say the very least. However, it is definitely an easier said than done proposition to beat a team like Arctic Moon, because I mean, we've seen them come into these brackets week in and week out. They're one of the teams that really grind these out, and even though we do see a lot of top players, certainly former North American champions participating in this in pickups, we consistently see this roster of Arctic Moon popping off and going very deep in these brackets. Pickup TBH, very good quality players. We just kind of wonder if they had the cohesion to take on such a team. So we are going into Sturgeon Shipyard. They're going to have to ride the Tower to Victory to do it. As we take a look at the compositions, Char, what are you seeing?
Really interesting. We're going to have double armor versus armor and missiles. We got Charger on the side of Pickup TBH, which is definitely going to be a really hard counter to the double Splatling comp on Arctic Moon. It's going to be really interesting to see how they play around that.
And Dark on that Hydra that we have come to know them for. I mean, the fact that they are so willing to go Hydra, even in modes such as Clam Blitz and sometimes Rainmaker every now and then, depending on the map, it's so jarring, honestly, but it pairs so well with the composition, and it just goes to show, and you have when you work well enough as a unit, you can make just about anything work, even if it is considered to be off meta.
Yeah, this team's definitely gotten used to playing around the Hydra, and they do it super well. Already past the 40-point marker, just absolutely storming into their base. This is an amazing start for Arctic Moon.
Yeah, pick up TBH. We're seeing Nolan's going to get that pick on Dark, so the person riding the tower will go down eventually. It's going to be a double for Nolan, utilizing those Splat bombs, and we know them so well for their K-Pro play, but yeah, obviously that goes along with utilizing the subs, and Splat bombs have kind of defined how this game is played throughout the two iterations of the game. Certainly Nolan showing us why they're going to get into a solo situation. They're going to get that kill. Nolan, it is hard to beat them 1v1, Chara, and they just showed us why.
Yeah, the K-Pro is just absolutely able to mow some weapons down, and Nolan just has no fear going up there, just putting a ton of pressure. And now we're starting to see the Charger comp set up, which is where the double Smiling comp is really going to struggle, having to deal with all this pressure. And just a lot of good setting up from Pickup TBH. And Madfish just getting another amazing snipe, setting up aggressively and putting a ton of pressure. Just some really good Charger play here.
I mean, the backline is often the anchor. I mean, there's a reason it's literally called anchor. Yeah, it seemed a little bit obvious in hindsight. Forget I said that. Either way, this is Madfish, who's been kind of dictating the pace of how things are generally able to go, but it's going to be Dark that winds up winning that duel between these ranged weapons. And yeah, Dark's effectiveness around the tower, you do have to know your movement in the game if you want to do well on Hydra. It's almost like playing goalie in hockey. If you have that much equipment, you got to be able to know how to move around the most efficiently. So yeah, Dark carrying around quite a bit, but in many cases carrying the team as well. Yeah.
Looks like they're getting a little bit run over here, trying to reposition. And we're going to see Pickup TBH setting up for yet another push as they're wasting no time. Toon getting a very nice pick with the suction bomb, though. Going to very much halt that push. Though it's going to be a very difficult one to defend from, as Pickup TBH has all these specials ready for the push. The Ray, the armor both coming out. And Dark's just getting targeted with that Stingray, getting completely separated from his team. But he manages to survive.
Yeah, there are actually perhaps an opening on the right side there, as Shock is going to get another pick. They're trying to push in and add on to the 74 points that they have now, but Arctic Moon standing their ground and doing so quite admirably. You see just a sea of green ink picking up there. Shock is going to get that drop shot, going to get the 2-for-1. Now that is a bargain that they will take any day of the week. Dark is going to hold down in mid-court, but yeah, 2-for-1, and Arctic Moon holding court here on Sturgeon Shipyard with a minute and a half to go.
Yeah, the Hydra and Not just have such a presence. If you just peek out just even a little bit, you're just going to get absolutely shredded. And they're just locking and holding down mid so well. They can afford to burn time off the clock here. They're the team in the lead. It's Pickup TBH that needs to start to make a play happen as they slowly run out of time with only a minute left to make this comeback happen.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You're so inclined to start going for Hail Mary plays, but really it's more important now than ever to maintain your composure. You know, you got to kind of trust your own process here. And now they are going to get an opportunity as Dark was the only one left on the map. They're going to set up on top of that bridge, going to try to get position on Dark, and indeed they do. What a drop shot there by the K-Shot, as they're going to take down Dark, trying to position themselves on the higher ground. And that K-Shot is not done yet. They're going to deploy the 10 missiles, getting the kill onto Shock as well. Yeah, it's going to be up to their opposition to maybe get through here. However, they're on the tower. It's going to be on Shock to get on, and they are going to take the lead and pass the second checkpoint. They are going to ride it on through 4-1 on the map, and they are going to get that knockout blow. Pickup TBH holding their own, standing tall, and we saw that line getting pushed progressively further forward, but losing those 1v1s occasionally in that pit area. Finally, they are able to break through at the very death of the game. Nolan leading the way with 13 splats, tied for the most on the field with Arctic Moon Shock, who was so crucial to that initial push. But it's not how you start, Chara. It's how you finish.
Yeah, absolutely. That K-Shot just played that ending part super smart, getting the kill on the Hydra that just completely broke the comp down and allowed his team to get in. That was just the crucial pick that set up and won them that push. Just being able to set up the front lines and putting a ton of pressure. If Arctic Moon wants to be able to win this set, they're going to have to be careful, because if that other comp can get set up, it can be really hard to get the Hydra and Not back in there.
Yeah, so now they're going to have to carry this momentum. Oh, have to. I know. That's the sort of burn that you want to have, I would imagine. They're going to have to carry this momentum into Clamblitz on Humpback Pump Track. And Chara, with you being a frontline kind of guy, we know you're basically swinging the cock to brush every which way whenever we see you, generally in these finals of these tournaments. We do, however, see Arctic Moon deploying these unconventional things, such as, Hydra and Clamblitz, which is still kind of inconceivable to me. They somehow make it work, and Pickup TBH kind of know what Arctic Moon are going to go for here. They've seen it done before, so they can't just really be caught off by surprise on it. Do you expect them to counterplay Arctic Moon, or what is where does the burden of proof lie? Who needs to prove what to who here? Because Arctic Moon needs to get on the board, sure, but Pickup TBH kind of knows to expect the unexpected from this side.
Yeah, I think if you're Pickup TBH, you just stick to what you're doing. I'm pretty sure Madfish is mostly a Charger player and Nolan a K-Pro player. So sticking with what you're comfortable with is absolutely a good play. And they definitely have the comp to be able to deal with the double Splatling composition pretty well and seem to know what they're doing from that game one. So I think if I were them in this situation, I would stick to what we're doing, just keep the plan going, and
don't outthink
getting
yourself.
These wins. Yeah. Don't worry too much. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Easier said than done when you're talking to me, I'll say that. But if you're yeah, that's me trying to, out counterplay in solo queue, and I just wind up playing Squeezer against like 4 splooshes or something nutso like that. But enough about my personal problems. Let's get back to the problems that Arctic Moon are facing right now, because are you forced to play a little bit more conventionally? I mean, this is the sort of situation that you would have to think that they're willing to play around. Now, I understand that this is a weekly, but at the same time, you still kind of want to win, right?
Yeah, of course. It's a tournament. You got to come here for the win.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I think this map mode might benefit Arctic Moon a bit more. Clan Blitz is about just getting that one really strong push that you're set up for, and being able to play patiently is absolutely going to benefit a double armor, double swelling comp. They can absolutely afford to take their time and slowly push into mid. And I personally think Humpback is just a really, really nice Hydra map if they do decide to do like a Hydra or ballpoint. Being able to be aggressive on that top right side to push into the basket or just defend. There's a lot of walls and angles to play around and hide from that Charger laser. So this could be a really strong map for them to start gaining momentum if they can pull this off.
You know, it's funny that you bring up that word, patiently, because patience, yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And we've seen Arctic Moon win this map and mode a few times, particularly with Dark, that Hydra super jumping in with the power clam and kind of holding people off around the basket, allowing the range of the Hydra to sort of control the area around it and get up to that higher ground once they start retreating back onto those inclines around the basket. But my thing is, Pickup TBH was playing awful patient themselves, so it might just be a matter of both teams trying to set each other up, lull each other into a sense of comfort for the first 2.5-3 minutes, and then we'll see the action sort of get going near the end, or it could just be a roll. We never quite know on Humpback Pump Track, as we are going to get set for this second round of action here.
Oh, what?
Wake on the K52. Oh, Chara.
Not what I expected
What?
here. No
Yeah, the
Hydra.
Tri-Slosher.
Yeah, he's on try. I have not seen, right when I talked about knowing what Arctic Moon does, they bust out a comp I have never seen them do before. This is definitely a mix-up here. Now they have this, yeah, they have a really fast, really short-range comp and try replacing the backline. Looks like they're just going to attempt to try to run back over Pickup TBH harder than they ran them over earlier.
Just when you think you have all the answers, Dark and Arctic Moon change the questions. You gotta love that from them. And the Tri-Slosher, obviously pretty strong on this map, and well, let's face it, most maps in this game. But yeah, you can kind of understand why they're going for this. Obviously remaining very mobile. That mini Splat lane, personal favorite of mine, obviously going to be super beneficial with all the things that they can do. And they don't even necessarily have to be rushing in since you have those missiles. And as we are going to see right here, this is, I'm not even sure how to pronounce the name, but, you know, they're the ones on the K-Shot who are doing quite a bit of work themselves. 4-2 on the map, so they're going to have to hold their ground here as Arctic Moon are going to try to get their initial push off. But what's the play here, do you think, if you are someone, particularly like Twig, where your job has to be pretty simple, right? Get around the basket and kill as many people as possible.
Yeah, definitely. 52 can stall just a lot in taking its fights. Having that splash wall just allows it to play really patiently. You have to respect it. And overall, their comps just seeming to work pretty well, getting a lot of space. I definitely think there's a really interesting lineup. The Splash and Mini just provide so much paint for the Tri-and 52 to move in. There's just a ton of opportunity to get the map and rush in quickly whenever they get an opening. But right now, it looks like they're slowly losing ground as mid, as Pickup TBH is slowly but surely getting picks and getting the paint control before Shock manages to stop it with a nice kill on the mini Splatling. And it's just a bloodbath in mid right now.
Yeah, no, oh my gosh, it's like a demolition derby. Just nothing but destruction as they meet in the middle. Just equal amounts of force. They're both going to go flipping and turning, and maybe one makes a little bit more progress than the other, but at the end of the day, you kind of wonder what the cost was, as we're going to see all the action concentrated on the left side of the map now, or the upper part of the map, as we saw from that aerial view. This is Barry on that Junior. Obviously, you're doing a little bit more than farming for armors, though that is kind of your role, is being... armor bot sounds harsh, but then again, that's kind of what it boils down to in practicality. If you get those kills, that's nice. We're going to see them get a double here on Dark and Twig. You need to be able to move around as a frontliner, but... yeah, those armors are going to be crucial in sustaining the push that just has not happened yet, as Madfish is going to get in, and they're going to get another power clam as well. 40 points on the board with 2 minutes left, and Pickup TBH striking first. They're going to take it all the way down, 52 points, and they're not done yet as the K-Shot's going to come in. And oh my gosh, look at this push. They were talking about the patience. So Pickup TBH is striking now. They're going to get the knockout blow.
That might be the game.
That indeed like before we could even consider it. Yeah, pick up TBH is showing a lot of patience there. We were talking about Arctic Moon, perhaps. We're looking to do this exact thing, but it was pick up TBH that were able to strike first, and one shot, Chara, was all they needed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You think Rainmaker is fast, and then you see a Clan Blitz push where it just goes from 100 to 0 in less than 20 seconds. Absolutely amazing. It's just really good, really coordinated push to see. Barry with an amazing play on that defense there, both stopping the push, getting picks, getting paint, getting the armor, just doing everything to set up for that push, and then the snipe from Madfish just opens everything up, and they steamroll an 100-0 push. Absolutely perfect play. And now Arctic Moon, their new strategy didn't really work out right now, and they've got their backs against this wall. They need to be able to win 3 games in a row now in order to make this comeback. What do you think they are going to have to bring to the table now?
I mean, you almost kind of have to go back to the original strategy that you had, especially when you're talking about a mode like zones on Piranha Pit. You want to rely on that range. You want to make sure that you're controlling the flat ground, and with which through which you have to transit between the two zones. It is in fact a dual zone map. My question to you, Chara, is obviously I think this is one of those maps that maybe favors the Hydra a little bit more than not, especially if you position it properly on like one side of the zone so you can potentially control both zones at the same time. But considering how many ways you can get flanked on this map, and just memories of solo queue rushing back to my mind, so pardon the shudder in my voice there, but my question is, what is it that you have to do? You almost kind of have to support the Hydra more than might be necessary or really even optimal. How many resources do you dedicate just to protecting your backliner here, and is that going to be the key to the game here?
Yeah, that's ultimately going to be the difficult part of running a Hydra, is that your team just has to play around that kind of weapon. You can't leave it there, so you have to just constantly both be supporting the Hydra and playing off the pressure Hydra provides. So it's just going to be all about if setting it up will get enough value, enough pressure, enough picks in order to set them up for victory or not. And we're seeing a few comp changes that are pretty interesting. We got the custom Jet Squelcher, another unexpected one for that Ray spam. And we have Barry on the 96 instead of the Junior for a bit of some more mid-range support. Definitely some interesting mix-ups here, but it's going to be interesting to see if this Stingray from Dark is going to be opening things up. It seems to be their plan to just put a bunch of long-distance pressure and secured paint that doesn't require as much defending. We talked about the Hydra needing a lot of defense. Well, Custom Jet can fight on its own pretty well, so it's not going to require as many resources. So maybe this is their plan here.
I mean, you have all the range that you really need. The Stingray, yeah, that doesn't. That is pretty good range, I'd say, as it's going to be pick up TBH that get the first cap of the zone, but it is not easy to lock teams out on this, and certainly a team with the amounts of tenacity that, not the ability, just the principle, that Arctic Moon have. Felt like I had to clarify that at the last second. But yeah, certainly a team like backliner like Madfish is going to try to get as many picks as possible, particularly from there. I kind of wonder if that's a one-dimensional strategy, or really if Arctic Moon are going to be able to get around this, as they're trying to push zone, not really able to do much in terms of making a dent thus far.
Yeah, so far it seems really hard to find an opening. Shock trying to get in here, trying to secure a pick. They do manage to get the zone and slowly start to push pick up TBH back, and we've seen the fourth Stingray already coming out, just constantly forcing pick up TBH to have to move back, and Shock just following it up, pushing in and taking some space. It is a really good setup for Arctic Moon. Having this far right side really limits how easy it is to push in for your other team, because ideally this is where you want to be set up, but now they're stuck in their base. And it's going to be a really hard time for Pickup TBH to try to even come in at this point, because there's just so much map control on the side of Arctic Moon.
So my question to you, Chara, is what exactly is... we are going to see Arctic Moon take the lead here, but it seems like they are getting frustrated. We are seeing the zone be contested just a little bit more than when Pickup TBH was able to get it. Now, my question to you is simply, what's going to be the key here for each team? Like, what's each team's win condition?
Well, I think if you're pick up TBH, when you get control, you really want to make sure you get the sides of the map so that Stingray cannot set up. If they can Stingray from the far side of the map, the Ray just puts so much pressure and so many kill options. It's just really difficult to deal with, so it's just making sure that Custom Jet can't set up those Stingrays, or you're going to just constantly be dealing with tick damage from across the map. And if you're Arctic Moon, I'd say it's just getting set up, use your specials, get yourself in, and then just push in when you're doing that Ray. Shock doing a very good job of it so far, of just applying even more pressure when that Ray goes off.
Are going to lose this lead as Pickup TBH have the penalty expire. There was only 1 point that they had to get, and get it they did. Gonna try to contest the Booyah Bomb. They will be unable to do so. No casualties there, luckily, for Arctic Moon. So they are going to have numbers on the field, 4-3 on the map. Make that 3-3 as the Nautilus goes down. Twig is going to have one less ally on the map, but they're going to even it up real quick by getting Nolan straight in the back. And yeah, Nolan pretty good contesting head-on, Chara, but oh man, when you get flanked by a K-52, it is not fun.
You do not have much time to react. That thing will kill you almost instantly. You've got to be aware of it. But it looks like Arctic Moon already going one down and finding themselves in a very tricky situation to hold as Nolan gets another pick, and this is going to be slowly pushing back in, taking the space, and this could be exactly what Pickup TBH needs. They're going to have that Booyah Bomb, and they're going to have those missiles to help hold the zone very soon. But that Ray already coming out looking for a pick. The 52 sneaks up. The Booyah just gets shredded just before it could go off to save him. And that's going to be the opening Arctic Moon needs to push in, and they are not wasting any time retaking the zone.
Basically 3-1 on the map, as really it's only the backliner that was left for Pickup TBH. Now Arctic Moon has ample time to count down, making sure that they need to make sure that that backliner doesn't have any room with which to operate. It is an E-leader, so it's going to be just a little more slow on the fire rate. However, yeah, you're not really super concerned about fire rate if you're a Charger player like Madfish. You're just trying to get the picks, and getting the picks they will do, especially when you have someone like Nolan. Yeah, it's Nolan's party, and you're invited. The last 10 seconds are going to tick down. They're trying to hold the zone. Penalty is about to expire. Doesn't matter what the score is going to be as long as they get the W. Nolan's going to throw off one more Booyah Bomb, one more for the road, box it up, and let me take it with me to finals. Pickup TBH are going to eclipse the Arctic Moon by a score of 3-0. And I hate to say that we called it. I hate to say that Crack and Mare called it by leaving the score up from the last one. But Chara, our producer, might be a prophet.
Leaking the script, I think.
Who let this leak? My God.
You're supposed to show that graphic after they lose.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we talked about these players on Pickup TBH having a lot of potential, and I think a 3-0 over a very established high-level team is certainly one way to prove it. An excellent performance there, getting a really good win and setting themselves up in grand finals. It's going to be really interesting to see if they can take this whole tournament. They just need one more set.
And we are going to see whether their opposition will be Enlightenment or Welcome to Good Burger. Both those sides drawn up at 1 apiece. Enlightenment wound up coming out of polls as the number 1 seed. Welcome to Good Burger we saw take down Midnight by a score of 3-0. Enlightenment moving on by getting through Fantasy by that exact same score. So we will provide you with the updates as they come, but in the meantime, Pickup TBH will be posted up in the ring like the Cell games or something in grands. Arctic Moon, well, they're in the 3rd place match. They're not out of it yet, so a podium finish well in sight for the Lunar ones. In the meantime, folks, I'd like to thank you all for joining us here on twitch.tv/IPL Splatoon for continuing coverage of Swim or Sink 17 alongside Pro Chara, of course, the Coctobrush Chara. I am Mazer Stu, the announcer, and we've got Kraken Mirror in production. Kraken, one time, hit him with the ad slides. Got a few things I'd like to tell you about. Most importantly, the Aquatic Cup. Yeah, that's right, tournament number 2. You already know what's happening. It's going to be going down this weekend, Saturday, February the 6th, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is 3 p.m. Hawaiian, so be sure that you're in on that. You want to know more? Hit up the Cord. That's the link right there, discord.io/Aquatic Cup. And of course, a few more things happening in the world of Splatoon. We got SAC happening over the weekend. It's gonna be rad. Yeah, you already know. It's gonna be pretty fun. We've got more things happening right here on IPL. Of course, every single Wednesday, Swimmer Sync and our good friends over at SAC running tournament number 3 next weekend. So yeah, let's say that you played an aquatic cup, you had yourself a good time. Man, I wish I could do this again next week. Yeah, tournament number 3 happening the very next weekend, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's your links right there. And you can also follow our good friends over at the Splatoon Amateur Championship, twitch.tv/SplatoonAC. So we are going to wait for the opposition. Pickup TBH is going to await their opposition in Grand Final, but we invite you to stick around for Grand Finals. It's up next, right here on Swim or Sink. And welcome back here to continuing coverage of Splatoon Swim or Sink. Obviously, your weekly Splatoon 2 tournament covering some of the premier action that North America has to offer. Joined here by Chara, I am Mazer, Stu the announcer. Welcome you back here to twitch.tv/IPL Splatoon for this, the grand final set. Hope you're hungry for some burgers, Chara, because we've got them, and it's a team. They've got a few different names on the stream, but it is, I believe, a pickup consisting of Fawful, Yuck, Forge, and Fantafizz going up against a team that we have seen before. Yeah, pickup TBH, and well, that's a team full of absolute killers. It's going to be a barn burner here in Grands.
All right, we're getting started here, and we're seeing.
Go, yeah. Sturgeon Shipyards for Splat Zones. Welcome to Grand Finals. And yeah, tell us what you're seeing here. The Neo Splash, obviously, we were seeing from Bless, and yeah, this is, I believe, Forge on the Splash. It's gonna be wild, man. Obviously, you're trying to ink as much as possible, but Nolan says none of that. I'm just gonna come into your face and kill you.
Yeah, very interesting. We're starting to see. That's a very short-range comp coming out from Good Burger, with the Dapple Splash and a double armor, double support. Very interesting composition here, just hoping to ink armor their way in and just take over the map, take a bunch of close range fights. It's going to be interesting to see if they can pull it off. And already just seeing the very brawly nature of it all, with the Splash and Dapple winning, the Splash getting a nice kill there, and gets the kill on the Zap. A really important play as they're going to secure control and be able to work on specials. Everyone over halfway there, they could get 4 specials up if they take their time with this, and that could be really strong for holding the zone.
Yeah, Madfish just holding dominion over this zone has been pretty well, doing pretty well to navigate the obstacles that have been thrown their way, whether it be sub-weapon bombs or booyah bombs. Oh, they're gonna find opposition rolling straight in. There out go the Dapples. 3-3 on the map, and even though Welcome to Good Burger do in fact have a hold over the zone, they are not nearly close enough to getting this thing, especially in the face of an absolutely oppressive E-Leader.
Yeah, that E-Leader is going to be putting a ton of pressure. Just every single weapon in that opposing composition has to get so close to even just put pressure on it. So having that E-Leader setup is going to be a huge problem for them, just hoping to play around it with these ink armors. Looks like to be the plan here, but so far it's being very back and forth. It's hard to tell what will work better. Another problem this comp has to deal with is Nolan on the K-Pro having that range and MPU, just going to be able to, as well, shred people down from a distance. Just going to make it really hard for the opposing comp to get in without their armors.
Yeah, I mean, 2 shots to kill on that thing, and it is just absolutely brutal, especially with the way that they are able to aim that and get those and connect with those kills. They're going to take down Yuck. Guess I'm Yuck relatively easily there. However, they will fall victim as Yuck comes right back on those Dapple dualies. And yeah, this is a frontliner that is not used to taking much mess. They are going to be down by 84 points to, I believe, 58 initially, as Nolan is going to get revenge on those Dapples. 4-3 on the map in favor of Pickup TBH, but the burden is on them to get into the zone and hold it as we approach less than 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, it's definitely being a pretty interesting game here as we see Pickup TBH slowly start to regain control. If I were them, I would try to really paint up, get control of that court, because that makes it so much harder to drop in with the short range, and you can maybe burn some of their specials just having to try to get in their own base, which is what's happening right now. That armor not being able to use to get into the zone, but just to get into their own plat. But an amazing, very fast kill from the Dapple. Yuck getting a nice double kill in the zone and being able to regain control, hopefully be able to flip this objective. But it looks like it's being contested very heavily. Finally flips. There we go. And they're going to be pushing up, trying to get rid of that E-Leader as fast as possible.
And yeah, that's kind of the better part of wisdom, isn't it? If you have someone who has been dominating so consistently throughout the night on from such a long range, you just want to neutralize them and try to have them fighting 4v3. Now Nolan is going to be on the side. Oh man, even when you just when you think you're out of the woods, you have Nolan coming in, getting these picks, and throwing booyah bombs in your face like it's what they are paid to do on a daily basis. And, well, right now, they're starting to say, you know what? Nah, I'm only paid weekly. As Nolan being humble, or as humble as really this situation will allow them to be, because they are almost done with this penalty. And even though Welcome to Good Burger are trying to push that line forward, they are on the verge of being knocked out. And it is going to be 3-2 on the map as they are counting down the last 3 ticks. No contention and no contest. Pick up TBH. Well, no contest is probably a little harsh, but they just ate the burgers right up, Chara.
Yeah, definitely a very strong hold. Playing against double armor can be really difficult, but showing exactly how it's done, maintaining their cool.
Oh
and the splash with 18! Absolutely fragging.
I mean, just getting in their face, being as annoying as possible, and really succeeding in that regard. I mean, it's like, especially with the splash, where, yeah, you're trying to ink, but you also have a little bit of kill power if you're able to get in, get your nose up close to them enough. It's almost like death by 1,000 cuts with that thing, and yeah, that was just a many cuts coming in, descending from the sky, and yeah, bless up. That's how you get yourself a 1-0 lead in Grants.
Yeah, definitely. Next map coming up here is TC Reef, and that's definitely going to be an interesting one. The Charger, very good on tower control. The Stingray, very useful in it. Bombership, they decide to do Fire Fin. But it's also a very close quarters map, which might help Welcome to Good Burger with their composition. Being able to get in a little bit easier, maybe, might be able to help them out. And then also the snowball effect. When you're pushing on tower, you get your special charged while you're riding it, which means you're going to be able to get even more specials than you normally would defending, which is very useful with a double armor composition to just keep getting those armors up and keeping their players alive.
I think the question does have to be asked here in this Grands as we get Game 2 started. Chara, who loves orange soda?
Orange soda?
Orange soda. Are we not getting this reference?
I'm not getting the reference, I'm sorry.
You kids, I swear. All right.
What
anyway,
I will be getting is the Dapple getting sniped already as the push is happening. And we're actually seeing a Luna Dapple composition, no more double armor, and a lot more short range. The comp just gets even shorter. It'll be really close quarters combat dependent now to get these picks, but hopefully the Luna can just help with getting the necessary kills to be able to maintain this map control. And right now is definitely a fight as Yuck gets another amazing kill onto Nolan, putting pressure on the Zap and ultimately getting a good trade. Very smart play.
Yeah, was able to take 2 down before being disposed themselves. It will be Welcome to Good Burger taking a rather tenuous lead, but still a lead nevertheless. It's exactly what you want with the minute having elapsed. And this is going to be, I believe, Forge coming up through here with the weapon. The K-Pro is going to go down 2-2 on the map. This is Forge right here riding the tower as they are going to go and take to the skies and try to get a few picks. No one really there to they kind of cleared the club as soon as they saw that Inkjet fly around, but as they're trying to get past the second checkpoint, easier said than done, especially on a map like this, but it seems like they're going to take the patient route here. Pick up TBH, not really able to challenge, and they are going to be taken down 2 at a time as some of their most important weapons to get picks are disposed of immediately. And Welcome to Good Burger just kind of riding this out.
Yeah, getting all the way to the 3rd checkpoint is a very strong push as it looks like it might finally be ending as 2 players go down. But definitely seeing the ability of these short-range fighting weapons, just being able to constantly get picks, constantly push up and put pressure, and just not give your opponents any room at all. And even then, as the tower slowly starts to move in favor, we're seeing even more kills happening from Welcome to Good Burger. And this is just going to be an absolute bloodbath as they try to push the tower through, try to maintain any amount of survivability, trying to set up. And we're slowly seeing them start to push this advantage further, with Barry doing an excellent job staying alive on this tower.
Couldn't get that pick, though.
Nolan with the clutch Booyah Bomb stopping the Dapple, keeping his teammate alive, and that's going to be rewarding them with an armor, being able to set up. And with 3 down, this is going to be a really dangerous situation for Welcome to Good Burger, who's quickly finding themselves overrun.
Oh, they're scrambling. Yeah. Oh, but how? Yeah, this is going to be 3-1. They're going to take the lead and probably clearing this third checkpoint, which indeed they will. And all the way down up to 90 points remaining. Go Nolan with the pick on the elevated area onto Forge. 3-2 on the map. Make that 3-1. Gets a double. Excuse yourself. Nolan is trying to finish them off. No respect whatsoever. The same attitudinal gameplay that we have come to know from this K-Pro main. And even though Welcome to Good Burger are going to take this thing back with about a minute and a half remaining, it is going to be a tall, tall mountain to climb, especially losing these matchups like this. Slight advantage for Welcome to Good Burger right now, but what a push by Pickup TBH.
Yeah, that third checkpoint that they're now going to have to get through if they want to win this game is a very difficult one. It's the one closest to the opposing team's spawn, and it has a lot of places to defend from, especially for that charger to set up. It's going to be really tricky for Welcome to Good Burger to just manage to get that far in. And Madfish isn't even letting them get halfway before he already gets a pick. And just absolutely controlling everything right now.
That pick was absolutely filthy, and now it's going to get set into
and he
mid.
Gets another one.
Oh my goodness gracious! Yeah, the Dapples go down as well as the T-Tech, 4-1 on the map, and that's going to be a full wipe. Staggered, Madfish, living up to their name, dancing mad, and Pickup TBH look to scramble to a 2-0 victory, doing the hustle on the reef.
Yeah, you can just see the amount of pressure that Charger's putting, and I haven't even mentioned, but they're using E-Leader in tower control, really opting for that extra range, and the Ink Spawn being a very useful term for that tower. Definitely the more unconventional one, but seems to be working out. However,
they're this efficient with the E-Leader, Chara.
E-Leader. And yeah, Welcome to Good Burger is setting up here, but this is the hard point to get through. We see the rain, the bombers, there's so much pressure on that tower. If they can't manage to get set up in front of it, they're just not going to be able to force that tower through there. The landing being camped here, and it looks like this is going to be the end of this game.
I mean, it was a valiant... Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, man. Yeah, no, I mean, I hate to cut you off, but that's basically what Pickup TBH did to that push. Welcome to Good Burger. It was a valiant try for that push there on the last one. But yeah, when you're talking about someone like Nolan and, oh my gosh, that Neo Splashmatic, combining
22.
22 for Nolan, combined with that Splashmatic, that was 40 total just between those two. Chara, those are insane numbers, and yeah, when you have a numbers advantage like that, it seemed a little bit closer on the scoreboard, didn't it? 93-78, that tells you that it was pretty back and forth, and it was a good coordinated push by Welcome to Good Burger to get to that point. But when you have overwhelming KA numbers like that, what else is there to do but shake your head and wonder how it even got to that point?
Yeah, it's just... Yeah, I mean, they've just ultimately been holding really well. The pressure from Madfish, Nolan, from the Splash, you're just seeing a ton of really good play from Pickup TVH. You're just individually doing amazing, working together, as we saw with Nolan helping Barry on the tower there. They're just playing very, very well together and surprisingly coordinated for a pickup. Just a very good showing from all of these players.
And I have to say, it's not like Welcome to Good Burger is playing all that poorly. It seems like they have a very cohesive game plan. It's just kind of getting blown up by brute force from Pickup TBH. And so we're going to Rainmaker here on the main stage. What's the play here? Because we're seeing two Slayers. Obviously, it's going to be double armor combined with that with the Booyah Bomb. The Dapples go down already, and again, it's just numbers kind of getting up in their face. The rare 1v1 loss to that K-Pro, they're going to actually get another one. This is exactly what Welcome to Good Burger needs more of. It's like, if we have to fight fire by fire, then so help us, we're going to do it, as they get 62 points on the board.
Yeah, if there were to be one mode where Welcome to Good Burger would be wanting to have, it's Rainmaker. Really good for short range, and especially the Dapple. Both the best mode for that main weapon and for Toxic Mist, doing a really good job of slowing down the Rainmaker carrier. If there's any mode where they can start picking up momentum, it's this one. And that sneak by grabbing the Rainmaker, getting a good amount of extra points on the board, is going to be a very nice start for them. as Pickup TBH is looking to slowly bring this back with a bit of a rough start, but they're going to look to reverse this as fast as possible.
Pickup TBH threw down the gauntlet, and here in Game 3, Welcome to Good Burger has answered the call. 2-2 on the map, but 79 points to start things out after just a minute and 20 seconds. That's quite the progress bar that they've accumulated thus far in the early proceedings of this one. Nolan is going to lose they get the 1 kill, but then, yeah, that's what we call a poacher's goal in the industry, Chara, but that's, I'm a dude right now, kind of showing that they are the dude to, not with which to be trifled, getting all up in their face with the T-Tech, eventually going to go down, not before trading with that Splash-O-Matic. And here's Welcome to Good Burger trying to bury it deeper into enemy territory before Nolan takes them down. And yeah, they seem to be handling the full frontal assault of Welcome to Good Burger not all that well, considering the pace of the mode itself.
Yeah, ultimately, Welcome to Good Burger is just being very aggressive and just constantly getting in their face. Yes, they're getting kills on them, but they haven't been able to even get into mid yet to start a push of their own, which means that they've been really held back from their play. But no one's just saying, never mind, I'm just going to go take down their entire team. Now we have a push. I'm sorry, did we not take mid yet? Here's mid.
Yeah, no, I don't know if they have ink armor. Nolan might just have plot armor, for being completely honest. That was absolutely bonkers. 63 points accumulated, not enough for the lead, but decent enough position at the very least. Not before Welcome to Good Burger are going to be able to take this seemingly 3-2 on the map for Welcome to Good Burger as they're going to try to push this line up. They might just be looking to get the Rainmaker to reset just so that progress is erased. Oh wait, they are actually going to carry it out. Not before getting picked off, however. 3-3 on the map, and it makes you one... Oh wait, no, they did in fact reset it. I thought they were just going to let the timer run out on it, but, well, goes to show what I know. Chara, you analyze something. You're clearly the top player here.
Well, right now we're seeing Pickup TBH just slowly start to get more ground here. If they want to set up this push, it's going to be tricky. Being able to push on Starfish is just a really clumped and close-range map. There's a lack of room once you get that Rainmaker out of mid. So they're going to be really just needing to get up and get in their face. They're going to have to beat Welcome to Good Burger at their own close-range game if they want to be able to get a push all the way past 21. And right now, it just looks like that's a very difficult task for them to handle, as Welcome to Good Burger is grabbing the Rainmaker and looking to extend their lead, getting an extra point and bringing it in a very dangerous position that needs to be dealt with immediately.
Yuck, rubbing salt into the burger wound. That is rough. For some reason I said rubbing salt into the burger because that's what you do to meat. Season your meat, kids, is what I'm trying to say. Either way, that was the point of that. But enough about the culinary analysis. We're getting back into Splatoon. Barry, food-related name, oddly enough, going to try to get this side flank going, but not able to really score any kills, and they're still short-handed. They're the only ones left on the map, and yeah, they need to be careful about how they apply their resources here. They have 40 seconds to go, and armor ready to pop, and doing an admirable job of holding the line, all things considered. Welcome to Good Burger might have just given them an opening that they really did not need to give up.
Yeah, and at this point, though, if you're Pickup TBH, you have one push left. It's time running out the clock. You need to be able to set this up in order to get the lead. You have no more extra attempts to go. So it's go time. Get these picks and start to push in. But Welcome to Good Burger already getting the picks and just absolutely securing it, grabbing the Rainmaker, and this is going to be their first game win in an effort to pick up some momentum. We'll see how well that plays off for them, but a very well played map there. Just Rainmaker really favoring this super aggressive play style, and with an amazing start, they were able to just absolutely hold for 5 minutes. Amazing play from them.
Every last person on Welcome to Good Burger, double digits in KA, pretty evenly dispersed across the board in that regard. But yeah, that seemed to be the case, isn't it? That initial push wound up being all the difference in the world, and of course sneaking it by as they were already so close. I believe it was 63 points was their initial one, and while they, I think, would have held the lead if they had maintained that score. Obviously they were tied at the very end. Well, they would have been tied at the very end. The point goes to the advantage goes to the person who reaches that score first. That sneak through, trying to get in and really putting that one away. Well, that's kind of plants into their mind, like, hey, you're not going to go down. You're not going to take us down that easily. And Chara, the message was sent. The question is, how does Pickup TBH receive it, and how do they respond?
I think if I'm Pickup TBH, you want to keep your cool here. They just want on their best mode. You got a long-range map of Piranha Pit on a very more patient mode of Clam Blitz. You just play to your strengths and you'll be fine here. They won't have another Rainmaker game until all the way to Game 7. You can play on your mode advantages all you want here. Keep setting up that charger and just getting at the push. Just have to be careful to keep their distance.
So as we are going to go, it's time to make like a metal concert and open up this pit. We're going to Clam Blitz. Good Burger trying to open this set up at 2 wins apiece, but Pickup TBH, if they want to pull away and make this set theirs, this is about where you need to do it. We're applying a pretty patient style up to this point, but it's going to be Madfish with bad intentions in mind on that Bamboozler. Yeah, there's a lot of wide open space on flat ground in this map. You better believe they want to use that to full effect.
Yeah, we're seeing a bit more of a mid-range composition coming out from Welcome to Good Burger, seeing that CDS and the Forge, and to pair on top of it the return of the double armor just to help, which will hopefully allow them to fight a bit better since the other team is running 3 MPU weapons. It's going to be really dangerous to just step into any ink that's not your own right now, and they're going to have to find an interesting way to get an opening off. Hopefully we can see that being played here, but the bubbles, the ink storm, the armor, it looks like they're already getting a massive push here.
Oh, there it is.
Clam Blitz Piranha Pit is notoriously difficult to defend on. It's so hard to drop into that right side just because of how much you can play and force them to drop into you. If they can recall clams, that could be the entire game right here. So Pickup TBH is going to have to respond fast. Manages to get the kills, and they will not be done yet here, but the damage has been done. A 79-point push right off the bat is once again a very nice place to start. Once again, 21 points on the remaining timer. This is looking very familiar and akin to the last game.
Yeah, and this is Yuck kind of leading the way. Wasn't able to get that initial barrier breakage with the immediate follow-up on the second power clam. And after that, they were able to trickle the scoreboard down to 79 points. That is quite the opening gambit from Welcome to Good Burger, and they look to be dining well tonight on the KAs that Pickup TBH were providing them. Again, a hard map to defend, but it's 4-3 on the map right now. They're trying to get in on that right side. Pickup TBH with the power clam. This is Yuck, who's going to have to watch and dive from range from Madfish, but no one is there to follow up. Madfish is forced to fend for themselves at the basket. 3-on-1, nothing to do except go down. Really was a roll of the dice who wound up getting the kill there, but it will in fact be the K-Pro.
Yeah, and there's now a very dangerous situation because now Welcome to Good Burger has that pity clam, which is just going to basically be all they need to get a KO. But it looks like no one's grabbed it for this push, so maybe there's a chance, but they just have so little clams, it looks like it's for sure going to be a knockout here. And wow, that was a fast match. And Welcome to Good Burger has made up their losses. It is now an even 2-2 score. Definitely going to be interesting to see what happens here. Pickup TBH needs to respond with a win because Welcome to Good Burger is just picking up so much momentum. It's going to be really dangerous here if they keep this going.
2 players with 7 kills each in that short amount of time. Most of them coming. It really just came down to how they were able to play on the underside of that basket. There was no follow-up on the initial barrier breakage. Madfish was able to get that. Was able to get in, but no one there to follow. Interesting defense there being employed by Welcome to Good Burger. Had about 2 people on that bracket, but down near the basket. Excuse me. But as we saw, that pincer movement just not enough for cutting off Madfish from the rest of Pickup TBH. No follow-up, and again providing that pity clam that Welcome to Good Burger needed to finish the job.
Yeah, and here we're having we talked about long-range maps, but I don't think it's going to get any more long-range than this with Zones Albacore coming up here. If there is any map to give them an advantage to set up that charger and get these good picks, this is that map. If there's any chance for Pickup TBH to get momentum, this is it. And if they don't want to go back to another Rainmaker game, they need to win this match.
See, yeah, I would kind of think that, but also it's just the fact that they may well get the lockout here, and you would have to think that this is the sort of thing where Madfish needs to be able to shine. It's not like Madfish had a bad game last map necessarily, Chara. More just Welcome to Good Burger wound up overwhelming them after a certain point. So as we are going to go right into this game 5, we are going to look at this, and yeah, no surprise, Madfish going for range with the E leader. And yeah, they're going to be matched on the E leader. That's going to be Yuck breaking it out. And that is a tall task for Yuck to have to go for, especially when you're the one having to deal with Madfish. You might be having to put your body on the line a little bit more than the familiarized backliner of Madfish.
Yeah, it's interesting to see a backline coming out, just a complete change of pace. Just, alright, you have an E-leader? You know what? We'll just have an E-leader too.
That was nasty from Madfish, as we're seeing there. They are going to have to combat the initial 29-point push. Are you kidding me right now? That K-Pro did not stand a chance, and that is no fault for them. That was just a nasty shot.
Yeah, we're finally seeing Pickup TBH setting up in the advantage once again. It's just going to be the question of, can they hold this? And Madfish right now just proving, yeah, putting a ton of pressure on them and just playing absolutely amazing. Another snipe comes out, and they're going to be flipping this zone right back and able to get more map control. If they can secure the left side of this map, it's going to be so difficult for Welcome to Good Burger to get a push back in. But it looks like, and another pick, I can't even talk about anything. I can't talk about anything else because he's just going to keep sniping people in between my sentences.
Madfish
absolutely amazing. Forcing a jump out, just absolutely controlling the pace of the game right now. Amazing E-leader play here.
Madfish saying, "Bring me the head of Keenan and Kel." That was just absolutely bonkers what we've been seeing from them thus far. This is going to be the Inkjet coming through, I believe, on that on the T-Tech. I was about to say K-Pro. That doesn't have Inkjet, but yeah, this T-Tech trying to control the flat ground, and they are able to get in, but this lockout is going to have to be preserved from range, and therein lies the disadvantage that Welcome to Good Burger is going to have to fight against.
Yeah, you're seeing the power of these Inkstorms just putting so much pressure. The kind of length of the middle of this map is absolutely perfect for Storm. It's so hard to avoid it without just giving up space. And this double rain composition from Welcome to TBH, Pickup TBH is just absolutely doing well. But a pick on Nolan is definitely going to be a good way to open things up, or not, or Madfish can just shut that down immediately. And now we're back to another 3v3.
I mean, Fantafiz doing everything that they possibly can within the zone itself. But again, you're having to control so much outside of that. It's 3-1 on the map as Pickup TBH are going to look to expand upon this lead, try to cut into this penalty. This is Bless trying to build up towards an Inkstorm. Pretty useful special on this map, or so I've come to experience at the very least. Oh man, this is basically 3-1 on the map, and those dually squelchers will eventually go down. And yeah, that's the charger that Yuck is having to deploy. It's not like they haven't had a mark on this one. They have been kept in this thing, and all it takes is one good push. With about a minute and a half to go, they are more than capable of making this happen, Chara.
Yeah, and they're seeing fully set up on that left side of the map, putting a lot of pressure, but they're slowly getting pushed back as it kills someone on the map on the T-Tech, opening things up, and just everyone going down with an amazing response from Pickup TBH, and they're going to be getting full map control in mid, with their penalty being really low and specials coming online. This is going to be really dangerous for Welcome to Good Burger. They cannot mess up this push, or they could snowball the entire game.
Yeah, but now as we're seeing Welcome to Good Burger struggle against the range yet again, and Nolan, this is where they shine as well, getting these individual picks and winning these battles that wind up translating to team victories. They almost got that. They were able to distract enough, and as Fantafiz tries to make that happen, yeah, Nolan draws their attention away from the zone, and That's going to be a victory for Pickup TBH via KO. So Pickup TBH 1 win away from taking this entire tournament. Taking a look at the stats, it's Barry and Bless combining for 17 splats between the two. Not a bad count from either side, but, well, it is what it is. Pickup TBH had the game plan around, and the individual stats really don't tell the story of that one, Chara. Really coming around through all-around team play and general game plan execution.
Yeah, and this is the momentum they needed, just one game away from getting this victory here. And while that was a very back-and-forth map, that hold was just very much in Pickup TBH's favor. And now they're just set up to get the win on Tower Control Manta Maria. The game coming up here is a very good one, I would say, for Nolan. This is a very nice K-Pro map. The Booyah Bomb being very useful on Tower Control for stopping these pushes. This could be a map where they'll do absolutely amazingly. But if you're Welcome to Good Burger, you need to figure out what you need to do to get the win now. You have just a little bit of time. You have one game to be able to keep yourselves in this. You cannot afford to lose here. And they lost on Tower Control last time, so they're going to need to adapt here just enough to be able to get this win.
So here's, and therein lies the rub, honestly, with me, and I want you to entertain this line of thought. Adaptation. Obviously, you need that in order to win a tournament. You need that to take down a very diverse range of players and overall teams that obviously will have their own unique perspectives on how this game is played and how objectives are achieved. But it's also far easier to sit here and postulate about it than it is to actually do it. And as we go into this Game 6, we're seeing basically not a whole lot of changes here from either side, except Madfish is going to be on the Splash-O-Matic, interestingly enough. Probably wanting a little bit of trying to free up Bless to get on that K-shot that wound up being so effective for them earlier on in this tournament. If you're it's an interesting call. I would have expected Madfish to stay on those ranged weapons, and Welcome to Good Burger are more than happy with that. They're going to get this initial ride on the tower. Adaptation, easy to say, tough to do. What's the condition here, especially since you kind of had a wrench thrown in your plans? It didn't quite go as expected with Pickup TBH.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting strategy. Just, alright, you guys are good at close range? We'll just do close range. But it doesn't seem to be working out. The surprise pick not really working as they're getting beaten at their game. And we're seeing Welcome to Good Burger just absolutely steamrolling. The double armor is going to be so useful for all these close range encounters, just to be able to give these advantage in the 1v1s. And they are absolutely steamrolling right now, getting a very nice start to 22. And it looks like the push might even keep going here, though a little bit delayed as someone is...
Wait, yeah, no, it's 3-2. It looks like it's not going to completely reset before they're able to get back onto the tower. It's all a matter of how they're able to set up on offense. You see those splat bombs coming in from that alleyway. Oh, that's going to be the dapples going down. And yeah, this junior gonna farm armors for what purpose we will see shortly. However, targeted by missiles, they will be forced to retreat and maintain their line. Not a bad start, however, even though we do see Pickup TBH getting points on the board. Madfish on that Splash-O-Matic, that could well be the key to victory, how well they are able to implement that thing. Still, 78 points on the board for Welcome to Good Burger. That is not half bad at all. Oh, that's going to be the end zap going down. 2-2 on the map, and they're going to get past that first checkpoint. However, the clearance of the second is going to be so tough, especially Chara, since there are so many angles from which to attack the tower on the second checkpoint. I mean, there's going to need to be a wild individual effort from Pickup TBH, and that may well center around the aiming prowess of Nolan. And as we keep on going, Nolan on the Booyah Bomb. Again, just trying to take down anyone who's trying to approach that thing. And You know what? And here's where the picks come in. The Booyah Bomb, yeah, that's there to buy him some time. Now Nolan is going to help them take the lead, riding the tower all the way there. Was there opposition? Could this be the knockout blow that they were waiting for? 4-2 on the one on the map. 1 point left, and that's the knockout blow. Pickup, to be honest. There's 4 great individual players making for one fantastic team. Welcome to Good Burger. Well, Good Burger is closing up shop right around 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. 9 splats each for Nolan and Bless, leading the way on the kills. But Pickup TBH will take the crown in this, the 17th edition of Swim or Sink. A ridiculous effort from those two. A game that was so intense, Chara wound up getting lost in the void of the internet. We will try to find them, I assure you. Chara is a very valued member of our community. We will rescue them from the Shadow Realm as soon as possible, I assure you. But in the meantime, like to thank him for their commentary efforts for those, let's be real, 5.5 games. It was wonderful this grand finals, but wonderful effort all around. Welcome to Good Burger, doing well to take it as far as they did. Simply did not happen for them at the very end. Wound up backfiring their game plan in that last game. Well, you can't say that it wasn't worth a try, and certainly I will not fault them for that. It was a good second place finish on their part, but ultimately it was their opposition in grands. Welcome to Good Burger falling to Pickup TBH, taking the crown. Enlightenment wound up losing to Arctic Moon by a score of 3-0. Just going to show how good Pickup TBH really was. They wound up beating Arctic Moon by that exact same score in winter semifinals. So Arctic Moon reaching the podium and taking the bronze by a score of 3-0. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for joining us here at twitch.tv/IPL Splatoon. And yeah, we've got coming up this weekend, you know the homie, 9-hole grains, grand graining ground, happening over the weekend. It's going to be wild. We hope that you join us. The entire community is going to be there, and just a massive pot for that whole thing. I know that you're going to be there. I'm going to be there. Whether I'm not on the mic, I'm not exactly sure, but we'll be there in the chat. And shout outs to all of you who stuck around for this whole thing, for allowing us to do what we do, for allowing us to be your home for top quality Splatoon 2 action week in and week out. This was Crack and Mare in production. Shout outs to them. Without them, this whole tournament does not happen. And yeah, folks, I am very glad to inform you that we have indeed rescued Chara from the Shadow Realm. Welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just got devoured by Spectrum Internet, just randomly dying. But
oh my gosh. Okay, I thought we had him there. We'll get the transmission back. Chara, come in, Chara.
Oh, all right. Now I got my actual. Now I'm off.
Okay. Oh, thank God. I thought we lost you.
Spectrum just picks the absolute best times to just completely shut down for everyone. So I unfortunately missed that action there. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No, hey, don't worry about that. That was not your fault. But yeah, as we saw the tournament ending by a score of 4-2 in grands, Pickup TBH winning that one. Perhaps a foregone, I wouldn't say a foregone conclusion by any stretch of the imagination, but perhaps could have seen that coming based on how they were able to perform in those last two modes all throughout the tournament.
Yeah. Well, just a very strong performance. We talked right when we came on here about these underrated players looking to prove themselves, and they just absolutely did, having a very strong tournament performance. Only dropping 2 games in the entirety of top 4 is a very strong run. So a very job well done to all of those players. Did an amazing job today.
You better believe that we're going to be seeing some of those same players on Grand Graining Grounds this coming weekend. Certainly some of the teams that we saw in the silver and bronze brackets we're going to see in the Splatoon Amateur Championship. Certainly the tournament coming up this weekend on the 6th as well. And next weekend on the 13th, Hope that you join our friends over at the Splatoon Amateur Championship over there, twitch.tv/SplatoonAC. And right back here every single Wednesday. That's every single Wednesday on twitch.tv/IPL Splatoon. And that's going to do it from us. Once again, final score, pickup TBH, closing down Good Burger for the night by a score of 4-2. So for Kraken Marin production, Chara on commentary, and for all of us here at Inkling Performance Labs, I'm Mazer Stu, the announcer, saying good night, and until we meet again, happy splatting.